Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cow Valley Kickball Podcast. This is a look at Week 4 review and a look into Week 5. We're going to talk about stats and all things kickball. We are live at the Jazz House, 926 and a half, Massachusetts. Thank you, crowd, for being here tonight.
Woo! Jazz House!
Every Tuesday, $2.50, almost anything. Tonight it looks like Super Pussy Bomb for $3 up on the big board. You guys see that?
Oh, that's not a drink.
Oh, okay. Well, tonight with me on the podcast, we have Ben Hutnick.
Woo!
Jason Cougar Huang.
I have a trophy up here. Where's my trophy?
Did you win a fancy, prestigious award for working at a hotel?
No.
Well, then you get no trophy. We have Boston Sean Meredith.
How's it going?
And we have Seth Supersport Sanchez.
Yeah, I didn't know we were bringing trophies. I would have brought the Blue Collar Lager cup.
Oh.
Next time.
And I am your throwback host, Aaron Airbear Adams. Thank you for having me back. Tim is playing around in some big hole in the desert.
Do not fall, Tim. Please don't fall.
Oh, don't jinx him or anything.
He's at a Carly Simon concert.
Oh, with CJ probably.
Also, I heard Sean's trophy wasn't for work; it was for love making.
It was
Definitely was.
Love making.
Love making the
Oh
Triple
my
X
God.
trophy.
That's why they let
the-
me cover the night on it all the time.
Oh, my God.
Well, let's still go ahead and just get started. First of all, I would like to thank all the teams that were scheduled at Lions East and Lions West for moving so effortlessly at last minute. We're going to start at South Park, 5 o'clock. The JSC Electric Kick Eels, 13 at Kicking Assets, 26.
Assets unplug the eels. I have puns for every game.
They're no longer
Oh, my
electric.
God.
This is going to be the first official puncast.
They're now manual eels instead
Right.
of electric.
Electric Eels, 13 runs. That's probably more than they had scored in their previous 3 games combined. So good
It
on
might be,
them.
it might be more than they scored all last season.
Combined, yeah.
It looks like there were a couple little dog delays in the outfield. Is that,
gosh.
Maurice's your dog a game delay this week?
I thought we told you all to keep the dogs off the
Other
field.
little dogs.
Some other little dog. Everybody loves a little dog delay though.
Kristen was really proud of her team after the game. She came and told me how great everyone was doing. I didn't get to see the game, but Kristen was very proud of her team, and so that's a huge effort for her team. And Kicking Assets doubling that score is obviously they're better, not just on paper.
Yeah, they scored every inning in this one.
Nice.
But weren't they behind early there, Ben, or what?
No.
No? Okay,
No.
they just scored runs early. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I talked
It
to
was-
Marisa earlier this evening, and when they were scoring runs, she was like, oh, my goodness, we're about to lose this game. Because defensively, they were just shuffling around and not getting your things, like, gathered, so.
Yeah, well, people don't mark errors on these things, but it looks like they were up the entire time.
Okay.
I wonder if we can find a way to put errors in there besides just in the notes. I'm sure there's a way. We
I
can
put
find
an
a
E
way.
on there.
You do?
Yep.
If I was scoring, I always put
I'd say
errors.
anything that requires more referee judgment calls, I'm all for it. Right?
Okay.
Those
We
are
should
always
learn
good.
how to do that. Oh, we have someone from Electric Kick Eels here. Hello, Elizabeth.
I just want to shout out to our leadoff, Chris Ermy, for a 3-run home run in the 2nd inning.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good. Very
That's
good.
it.
He had
Good
3
job.
runs in
Thank
on
you,
that,
Elizabeth.
yeah?
Yeah. And he was
Very good.
4 for 5, 3 runs scored.
Killing it.
Yeah.
He must have been the MVP for the game. All right, South Park, 7 o'clock. Muddy Waters, 21. Ladybird Harpies, 2.
So they got the vengeance from last year.
Yeah.
And it was on grass last year, so it's grass vengeance on top
Muddy
of that.
Waters drowned the Ladybird.
Oh, there's that your fun on that one?
Yeah, there you go.
Ladybird, that's a tough 2-game stretch. You lose a game that you're supposed to win against Cork, and then you get blasted by Muddy.
Yeah, but what the fuck, Muddy? Only 21?
Only
Come on.
21.
Well, that puts Ladybird potentially in the 4th spot, which is,
that right?
like 5
Yeah.
years ago, that's where they were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
results pending.
Holy
Not
jeez.
expected.
Results
right.
pending for next week, of course, but it's
Wow.
potential, so there's a lot of shakeup. All right, more grass games. Edgewood East, 5 o'clock. Misfit Toys, 4. Johnny's Tavern, 15. It looks like there was a tree catch and an injury in the 3rd inning, but I don't know who.
Yeah, me neither. These are in the wrong order.
They're not in order. Well, hopefully whoever got injured is
Yeah.
Michael. Oh, no.
Tree catch, 1 for Cole. Yeah, Mike was injured in the 3rd, it said. That's a tough loss,
Johnny,
too. Mike
that
is Mike's good.
Does he play outfield for them?
I think so.
Oh, quick heals, hopefully get better.
Amen.
Hopefully they're going to need you next week.
Yeah. So Misfit scratched together some runs in the middle innings, but this was kind of over after the first 6-0, entering the 2nd inning.
Good win.
10-0 entering the 3rd.
Good win by Johnny's little recovery from that tough 2-1 loss in the game of the week a week from last Sunday.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to rehab a little bit because they got a tough one coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Edgewood East, higher field. 7 o'clock, Corksuckers 1, D-Holes 5. Does this game seem closer than
Yeah, I
other
was gonna
people
say,
expected it to be?
another good showing
Little
from
shock
Corksuckers.
there.
Yeah,
Someone
D-Hole
talk about
still
this.
popped the Corksuckers, though.
Oh, here's Al. Oh,
Fun
gosh.
for each one.
Hello, Alex.
Hi, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, no, Corksuckers has always had a really good defense. Like, even when we played them in the past, like, putting up 10 runs when we're supposed to be putting up 20 is still difficult against that team. And then you compound it with grass.
Yeah.
You don't get the loft on the ball or the speed on the ball, and it tends to sit down a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Our own Alex Hammond got some RKIs here, I think.
Yeah, 4 of the 5.
Just 4 of the 5.
Only 4 of the 5.
He wasn't keeping track.
Dover dubbed me the scourge of Corksuckers.
Alex Hammond, the king of humble brag.
Don't mind him.
Ari played first base for us all game this week because we didn't have either
Oxter?
of our other basemen. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
She did fantastic.
Of course you did.
Dover did some really good on defense, even though he basically couldn't even move. We just put him in spots, and he caught balls that were kicked directly at him. So,
Good. Well, he's a veteran.
yeah.
Knows
So,
how to move around a bit.
Yep.
And you two are, Corksuckers and D-Holes are some of the only teams that love grass. Like,
Yeah.
at the beginning of the
Yeah.
season when we ask teams, do you want to play on dirt or grass? And some teams go, we love grass. And some teams are like, take it or leave it. And some teams are like, fuck no. Your two
That's
teams
me.
are always like, fuck yes, grass. So
yeah.
I love it when people match up like that. And seeing the scores, like, it is the great equalizer. We can talk more about that. But
Yeah. No fences, no nothing. Can really screw with the game a bit.
and higher field has the tree right above for first baseline too, right?
Kinda. It's a little bit back.
Yeah.
But yeah, our ladies killed it, and we had a lot of really stellar outfield play. Danny had a running catch on the first base line that most people wouldn't have gotten. He's just over 6 foot tall, long wingspan, caught it on his fingertips, so
Just
prevented
skills.
2 runs. So.
Skills.
Derek's had to sit through like every single hour and a half to 2 hour podcast. He's like, we're getting this one in inside of 60 minutes.
Probably not, but
You
we'll
were
try.
on one of those, asshole.
You like long? Okay, got it. Dadbury Park, Upper Field, 5 o'clock. And this week's podcast is sponsored by somebody who plays for one of these games, Nick Lerner, who is on his way here, I believe. Nick Lerner is your tech-savvy realtor. He is at askmagru.com, or you just type in nicholaslerner.com. He'll pop right up.
He's always posting lovely properties on Facebook and stuff, too.
Yes, I have a printout in front of me of all the awards he's won. I'm not going to list them all out, but they go all the way
don't
back to
see any up here,
2006.
Yeah, coolest motherfucker is on there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's definitely on there.
He's the best boss.
It does say he is a member of the National Ski Patrol, which is super important. So if you are looking to buy or sell a home anywhere in Lawrence, Kansas, and probably in other places too, you get a hold of Nick Lerner, and he will tell you all about all of the things you can do to make your buying experience better. And when he gets here, we'll let him talk about a certain property he wants you to know about and he wants you to buy. Red Lion, 11 at Drop Stoppers, 6, 5 o'clock, Dadbury Park.
Yeah.
Todd Foster had a kick to left fielder, and she caught it with her face? What? Is that what that note says?
No, that's 2 separate things. So there was a face-first catch by Michelle in the 7th, which was impressive. But Todd just had a great kick over the left fielder. So, yeah, Vaughn had a great, jumped off the trampoline catch it short to end the game. It was really close. It was 7-5 entering the 9th, and then we put 4 up because we had the right part of our lineup, and then held them. But T chastised me after the game because while we were out there spray painting the fields, I printed red line behind home plate, and he said that wasn't okay because we weren't the home team. Otherwise, probably would have been all right. Drop Stoppers played really well, though. They had 3 really big deep kicks, 1 over Jared in center, and then 2 gappers to left center. And I think they got 4 of their runs out of those.
Nice. Very good. It says Steven Drop Stopper rocked 1 bottom 9.
Yeah, that was one of the left center gappers who just I told everybody to play back, but that obviously creates more space.
Yeah.
And he basically dropped it right between them.
Yeah. Sometimes the notes on the bottom of the score sheet need to be complete sentences, guys. That'd be helpful.
I agree.
I take liberties in editing them when I put them in.
Okay. All right. Dadbury Park, Upper Field, 7 p.m. Liberty Hall 1, Woost 5. This was the Woost first win.
It is the first win,
Yep.
correct.
It was the battle of the winless.
Aw.
This was like a very yeoman-like effort by the Woos. They scored. They were blanking each other to start, and then the Woos scored a handful in the middle innings, and basically just were businesslike and held for the rest of the game. But it was a great game, lots of fun, and never really felt like it was out of reach. Leafy's has some really solid pieces.
New captain this year, Neff, is recruited some new people, so I'm sure they're trying to get their learning curves out of the way, but it sounds like they all have their good head on their shoulder.
Yeah, they were. It seemed like after the game, it seemed like they're probably a rank apart, which is where they're going to wind up. But Leafy's showed some chutzpah. I think they just need to clean up and play a little more cohesive, and I think they're going to be all right.
Well, I talked to one person from the Woos, and they said that somewhere in the middle of the game, Dan was up to bat with 1 out and the bases loaded, and the base runners thought there were 2 outs, and so he kicked an amazing kick.
I forgot about that.
Styles chased it down and caught it in the divots, and everyone on the Woos walked off the field because they thought it was the 3rd out, but it was only the 2nd. So I don't know how that ended.
Whoever was on 3rd ran home and crossed the plate.
Okay.
And it took about a minute and a half, but the defense finally got him out at 3rd by tagging the base.
Oh my God! All right.
So he's like sitting in the dugout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think both teams had just kind of figured, kind of.
Well, there
Can
it
you
is.
go back through and retouch home on that and then go all the way back?
You can,
go from
actually.
like dugout,
You can, yeah, you can.
leave the field of play, you go
Yeah.
back, retouch home, go all the way to 3rd.
Yeah.
You can't leave the base path, but if you've made it past home, I guess.
Yeah, I think the rule says if you touch home, you have to go back and touch home again. But the way I run it is, it's not in the rule, but if you go to the dugout, then you're out of play and you're an out.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's true.
Well, and if you didn't tag up
Leave the field of
on the
play,
catch.
perfect, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next game, Broken Arrow Park. This is regular dirt field, Broken Arrow, 5 o'clock. Love Garden Squids 31 at Nick Lerner's Patrick Mahomes. Why don't you talk about your boss first? Talk about your boss before you talk about your terrible loss.
Oh, wait, Cougar, I got a good one
that
for this.
rhymed.
The Mahomes couldn't catch up to the Squids.
Couldn't catch up to
Well,
the
he
squid.
throws, he
Oh
doesn't
my
catch.
gosh.
I know.
Ketchup and steak. My God, it's just. Ugh. Well done, steak too.
That was good.
That's
Ben.
pretty good.
That was
Thank you.
good, Ben. I didn't
Thank you,
get that
Ben.
right
That
off
was
the
pretty good, Ben. So, talk about my boss.
Yeah, talk about boss.
Yeah, you know, he's a tech-savvy learner, experience, knowledge, and results. Give him a call, 785-766-5613. Email address nicholas@askmcgrew.com. And both best realtor, Lawrence.com, won 2017, 2016, 2015, runner-up 2014. Shame 2014, so.
Yeah.
Evans My Success, visit sold.nicholaslearner.com.
Yes.
And he's the best boss in the world. He employs me. I don't get paid.
Best player on your team, but he's not on your team.
Yeah.
True, very true.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
so.
did it feel like it was 31-2? I see some squids.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I mean, it was expected, especially the toughest team in the division. So, and the fact when you get shut out, I mean, that's a victory itself. That's all I said to my team. Like, look, just don't get shut out. That's all I ask. I knew we were going to lose and probably get pummeled to a pulp, but you know what? It's okay. They get shut out. So
You kept it under 30 runs against the what's going to be the #1 team in your division.
No, 31-2.
they want to keep under 30.
Yeah, they kept it under 30.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
30
Oh,
point
here's
difference.
Keith. He's the float.
I just want to say there was 4 home runs against you guys.
Yeah, no,
I thought that should be mentioned.
that's true. And by the way,
And that's it. That's all I want to say.
and two of those kicks. And here's the funny thing.
No, Spencer kicked for the cycle.
Did he really?
I was missing a triple, but yeah.
You should have quit running when you got to 3 instead of going for the home run.
I didn't want to be that mean.
You know what's funny with Keith? Like 2 of those kicks, like he was like easy pop flies to our defense, and they dropped it.
I was trying.
He was trying to help us, which
I
I
was
appreciate.
trying to help you guys.
I know, and what we can't help those can't help themselves, and we couldn't help themselves.
I don't want to be like even more mean, but I knew that Gary Woodland was about to win the U.S. Open, so I was like trying to get out of there. But my team was not having it. They were like, "We want to just dominate you guys," and I was like, "No, 3 up, 3 down. Let's get out of here.
That's
Go
true.
watch Gary win."
Hey, Keith, did Spencer hold up at 3rd on his last at bat to get the cycle?
Yeah, he
did.
did. He got it.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
got
He
it. Yeah, for
specifically
sure.
held up to get the cycle?
No, I don't think he held up. He's not the fastest guy. I think that's as far as he got.
Jumped over
Yeah.
a loose ball.
I mean, like it was a nice cycle.
He was 6 for 6 with 6 runs scored in the cycle. So that's a pretty good game.
There was a peg off
had a good
of Cougar's leg at one point in time, which I thought was funny.
You should maybe just suggest to Spencer that he retire after this game. I mean, it's nothing but down from
He's
here.
been talking about retirement for the past couple of years.
But yeah, thank you.
I feel like a lot of people talk about it.
Thank you, Keith.
Broken Arrow Park, 7 o'clock. Ghosts 20 at Jayhawk CrossFit 4.
Ghosts rung the CrossFit
Yeah,
kettlebells.
So I ref this game, and you know the funny thing about this game, even though the winning margin was 16, I felt this game could have been a lot closer for Jayhawk CrossFit.
It looks like they had a lot of base runners.
A lot of base runs, yeah. I think in the second and third inning, it went down to only one run, a critical error, and it allowed like 6 more runs in that one bad inning.
You know, it seemed kind of like that when I saw them playing the week before too. Like they constantly had the bases loaded or people on second and third. They just need to work on their offensive strategy a little bit, I think, to make sure they get those people in.
Yeah. Also, that there was like 3 times that Jayhawk CrossFit had a critical base running errors I took off that really should not have. And Ghost, even though they're winless, it was like shooting fish in the barrel, got them out there. So, and there's someone from Jayhawk CrossFit like they talked about that.
Indy's here.
Hey, Angie.
Hi. I would like to say that we are definitely getting better. If we would have started the game like we started the week before, and held them like we did this game, we would have won that game for sure. It's still a learning curve for us, and I'm supposed to say the Ghosts are very nice. We really like the Ghosts.
The Ghosts are very nice.
They are
You're
very nice.
absolutely right.
They're all sweethearts except for Cosgrove.
But we did hold them for 3 innings, so
You did,
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like
You guys had like a great first half of the game last game, a great second half this game.
Right,
Yeah.
You just
right.
need like a
So,
full 9, and you're going to win some.
Yeah, it can only get better from here.
It looks like everybody on your team at least got on base. So you got to work on your lineup.
That was my first time on second twice.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Small victories.
Prude.
So.
Holcomb Wright, 5 o'clock. Free State Growlers at John Denver Experience, 7 to 8.
Oh my.
JDE.
John Denver Country Road Raged Free State.
Yeah, it was actually Bryce got some thoughts. You go first.
I did the book. That was beautiful booking. You need I marked the catch outs, the tag outs.
Well, I was going to say you
the
could talk
force
about our
outs.
game, but if you want to talk about how you kept the book, I'll talk about the
Just
game
kidding.
first.
No, nonetheless, so this was like actually really good. Like I thought it was going to be like a blowout, to be honest. That's why I was like kind of sitting down, excited, just to get time by. But Free State played really well, but JDE, like I think Avery came up here last week talking shit to Tim about practicing offense. Their defense is like on the bottom tier of the league. Like they had literally like a pop fly to first base. They got dropped and they scored like 3 runs off of it. A bunch of errors. Nonetheless, Free State, whatever group they're running, they're going to run it. So, best of luck.
Bryson, your scorekeeping isn't bad, but can you mark the number for the position so I know who's making the play instead of just 1, 2, 3?
Fuck you.
He's right. You got to mark the positions. And here's the winner. That's Avery.
Just bottom tier, worst garbage defense in the league. Thank you, Bryson. No, he was right.
That's it.
So
Yeah,
what's with the...
I'll add some stuff to that.
Okay.
Yeah, both teams made some uncharacteristic defensive mistakes. I mean, they're a noted solid defensive team, and they had a couple third base throwing errors to first. We made a couple bonehead plays in the outfield, forgetting how many outs there were, kind of thing. But at the end of the day, we only lost by 1 run to those guys, and
It's not bad.
I'd love to play them again. Yeah, I hate when people come on the podcast and say that they were missing people. Like it's an excuse because it's the summer and people are always gone. But we were missing our third baseman, Austin Myers, who everybody saw at Game of the Week.
Based on what
So-
happened the previous week, he's kind of a key player.
Yeah.
So it
yeah,
said
yeah.
on the notes Austin did not play, and I didn't know if he got hurt.
He just slipped on his neck wrong and just couldn't
Injury?
get it loose. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That
So
pop
what-
up to first he was talking about, I like immediately called it as our pitcher, a girl. I was like, it's Keely's ball. And then big old chubby Andrew Filer comes in, not letting the girls play. Andrew Filer's got it. And he just like tackles her, like the ball drops. There's a lot of cussing, but we did drop a pop up to first-ish. Yeah.
It happens to everybody. It's all right. Is that what the memo that says who gets it if 2 people say?
Nope,
I
that was
got
our
it?
team.
was you?
That was our team. That was in the
That's
first inning.
every team apparently this year.
That was the first inning when I called it, and then Mookie came screaming in out of center field. I got it, and then he just tackled me, and the ball dropped. So, yeah, it's 1-1.
So what he was center field, right?
Yeah. I should have gotten out of the way.
Yeah, technically
As
right.
shortstop,
Yeah,
I should have gotten out of the
center
way.
field,
But
yeah. He's right. Yeah.
Any more thoughts on your game?
Nope. The next one out. So
You'll stay here. Holcomb Wright, 7 o'clock. Asteroid Head 2 at Geezers, 7. Says Mike Anderson had a great catch in the 6th, and that's all there is about this game, apparently. Next game.
No.
Oh, no, there's a shortstop.
I'm kidding,
Lindsay,
Avery.
yeah,
I'm kidding.
Lindsay made a couple awesome plays for Asteroid Head. Awesome. She played center field one inning and made a hell of a grab, too. So
Yeah, it was nice. And then she was playing shortstop. She had a liner at her and doubled the guy off first with a nice throw. So those are, like, notable. I thought Asteroid Head looked pretty good. They had some, like, really strong kickers. They just, like, didn't really put any innings together. Like, didn't really, like, construct anything and then, like, blast it. But, I mean, like, Giza's just a good team, and it was only 7-2. This game went really quickly. There's a lot of good defense. So, where's Asteroid Head's going to be, 5 or 6? 5?
It depends on what happens this weekend, game of the week.
5 or 6, yeah. They're 0 for 4.
They play the 0 for Mahomes in the game of the week this week.
They'll be the 5. I think they'll do pretty well in the 5s, too.
Yeah.
The lineup for Asteroid Head looks different from what I'm used to seeing. It changes? Okay. Seeing Pat
week.
and Clint at 5 and 6 threw me.
Every week is different. When I ref their game, they had Clint first.
Yeah.
They might just be playing half ball every game.
they definitely do on defense. They just kind of go wherever they feel like it. So, looks fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Like, they were a good group, and like it was like we showed up and like there were 2 minutes before the game. There was like 4 people on my team there, and everyone's like, "Sorry, did I not tell you I was gone for Father's Day? Sorry, did I not tell you I was gone for Father's Day?" I don't really relate to that because my dad's not in my life, so I forgot it was a holiday anyways. But that was funny. I don't really care about it. But nonetheless, we had some people playing for the first time like in their lives, and we were just kind of trying out some things because obviously we got a big game coming up this week, so we were just testing some things out. But also, I got to give a shout out to Kate Perry. I'm suffering through some shin splints, and that woman is the best veterinarian doctor mix on Facebook I've ever met in my life. Thank you.
I would say the 2 best kickers in the league were in that game. One longtime veteran, Pat Watkins, and then Bryson's new guy, who he probably doesn't want me to talk about just yet. But, man, the ball just sounds different coming off their foot. It's impressive. So
It's always fun to watch Pat play.
Yeah.
He gives it everything, offense and defense.
Super competitor,
Such a good player.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Holcomb left, 5 o'clock. Reading Rockets 6 at Chalmers's 12.
Not as big of a spread as you would have thought with those 2 matching up,
Do you think Chalmers's and Rockets were just kind of out there having fun, and they're both a lot of fun people, and they're kind of taking it easy on each other? Or are we?
I mean, here's a
Could be playing down to the talent.
I think you did play down to the talent here because the only biggest blowouts over Chalmers is like 15-2 over Misfit Toys. It's like 12 of Reading Rockets. It's just.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if they just are taking their foot off the gas in some of these games, or if they're just. I mean, I don't know. They only got 2 in the first, nothing in the second. That feels like an uncomfortable margin.
That's true.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. And then 4 in the 8th inning.
Yeah, they ended up with plenty. They still book burn the Reading Rockets.
I mean,
this is a cute game. This is like the most fuckable versus the most literate.
Yes, yeah.
Which is more important, apparently fuckable.
Yeah, but I mean, just the thing about Chalmers is that. Look, they're a solid team. They're a nice team, and I think that what gets them in trouble is like, they just go with the flow and just kick whatever. But then when they have to ratchet up against like the elite teams, that's where they kind of like doesn't even go well for them. So
it does seem like, and they were up like 8-3, and then the Rockets scored 3 in the 8th to make it 8-6, and then they scored 4 in the top. Then they scored 4 in the 8th when they came up. So maybe it was like just kind of cruising after the 4th inning, something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
they're strange.
Yeah, the next game is Holcomb left, 7 o'clock. Empire kicks back 0 at Button Grind 23.
Did not call the shutout.
No.
Did not call the shutout.
Oh, look who's here. Nick Lerner.
Hey, boss.
He's tech savvy and he wants you to send him an email about houses.
Are you obligated to give up your seat?
I guess I could be.
You can stay wherever you want, Nick.
Nick paid for that seat.
His name is on the back.
Can we say Button Grind R. Kelly'd Empire and just leave it to your own imaginations? Or
Oh God.
I think it's appropriate.
that could be a lot of things.
Wow.
I mean,
Ouch.
so it looks like Richie had a home run, triple play in the first inning.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he got. Wow, brah.
Wow, brah.
Damn, Empire had
It
a chance
says-
to jump out to a lead, and instead they have a triple play and don't score again the rest of the game. That's
That
rough.
is
That
tough.
is pretty demoralizing to start
That'd be
off.
demoralizing.
Yeah.
Whoever took score, who wrote on this? Rashna.
Yeah.
Rashna says, I just went from 6 to midnight with that triple play in the first inning. So apparently good plays.
Rashna has the prettiest handwriting.
I know, I love her scorekeeping. She does a very good job.
By the way, here's a real quick stat. Empire Kicks, Electric Eels, you only feel so self-conscious. Back-to-back shutout losses by Empire Kicks back.
Yeah.
So Electric Eels are not the only one this season. So, yeah.
Double nils.
Double nils,
And they'll get to play in the sixes.
Yeah.
Well, so I have nothing else to add on this game. Did anybody have a chance to see anything from Empire or Button Grind this week?
I did not.
Nobody. Sorry, guys. We'll talk more about you if somebody comes to the podcast. Please join us at the podcast next week. Lions East at 5 o'clock got moved to Broken Arrow 2. If you're not sure where Broken Arrow 2 is, Google Maps it. You'll see the regular Broken Arrow field. And then to the east, you'll see a secondary little dirt field. The city doesn't maintain that field, but it is dirt, and you can fit the full 65-foot base path in there. So if you want a dirt practice, that's a great place to do it.
Yeah.
So that's where we played.
The dirt is kind of harsh, but it works.
The dirt isn't beautiful, but it's a dirt field to practice on. And it's not one that you have to rent through the city most of the time.
There's a bleacher there.
There are bleachers there. Red Leg 6, Rats 3. This game was not back and forth, but very close until the 9th inning.
Yeah, well, it was 1-1 at the end of the first, and then it was 3-3 after 6.
Damn.
And then the Red Leg scored 3 in the top of the 9th and just put the Rats away.
Yeah. And I think it was in the 5th or 6th inning when Jordan got knocked out at second base.
Yeah.
Accidental elbow to the face, and Lauren Pomeroy came out of retirement and kicked the rust off in her first kick, got to first base, played amazingly. Welcome back, Lauren.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that game was fun to watch. I didn't live stream it, obviously, but I was trying to go play by play because I know a lot of people wanted to watch that particular game. That being said, I think the blow to Jordan's head was definitely a rallying cry for Red Legs. They were pretty stagnant. They were stagnant on their offense, and then that kind of happened, and then they rallied back and they played. They doubled down and started pulling ahead. It was a good game.
Yeah, a nice win there by Red Legs. Pull ahead from 3-0 to 4-0 against a really good Rats team. So
yeah. I will say this: Rats played better than I expected them to.
Yeah.
I think when I was on the podcast last week, I said they were going to win by 5, Red Legs, but it was a tough defense game.
And I think Rats were missing their first baseman, RJ. I think he was gone, and I mean,
RJ and Brad
Bradalak
both
wasn't
weren't
there, and RJ wasn't there.
pretty good result.
But I hate missing people.
Right, yeah.
I guess Brad won't be there for a while. Something about work.
Gotcha.
Real life shit, guys.
Just wanted to send a shout out to Ari for her coming up and repping out there for what is a fairly contentious and potentially high-powered game.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
heated.
so
Was there a lot of yammering?
There was a lot of yammering.
I've heard some rumors about people being threatened to get out of the game.
We need a cougar
Don't
there to
be
ref
a
so we can
dick
just
to
boot
the fucking
everybody.
volunteer refs, Jesus Christ, James Finley.
Yeah. Well, and that's me thanking Ari for coming in and reffing for me last minute because I couldn't stand for very long. I'm nursing an injury. So thank you, Ari. You're my hero. But yeah, don't yell at your refs, guys. They're there to make sure the game keeps going. And if you don't have refs, is it really a fair game? Because they could just walk off if they wanted to.
Save it for game of the week. Over 7 minutes.
But that was a really good game to watch. I'm glad I got to. Lions East, 7 o'clock. Was moved to Broken Arrow 2, Poshwash 10 at Sacred Sword 1. I played in that game. No, I didn't. I sat and watched the game because I'm out for the rest of the season.
I've got a cute one. Poshwash, rub-a-dub, scrubbed, Sacred Sword.
I was very upset with the result. 2 outs in the 9th, we gave up our run.
Yeah.
So the shutout went away, the plus-minus went away.
Boo.
Frank didn't bleed, so I don't know if it was a win or a loss.
That one run is
run.
going to haunt you heading into rank play.
All week, that's all I'm going to think about is that
Probably.
one run.
And we had to call our young reserve in to play this game. Our 18-year-old stud came in out of left field, literally, and played in the game for us.
Borrowed shoes,
Yes, so we're grooming them young now, too.
2-step drop, just crushed it.
Yeah. Wow.
But Sacred Sword had some new players. I think they're still trying to get their people together because they lost some people. But they had some returning veterans. Mike Tiffany was there, and Mary Costello played. I didn't think she was going to play. It was good to see her out.
So let me get this straight. Redlegs and Rats yelled at each other and the refs, and then they didn't even put their names on the score sheets when they refed. There's
Anonymity.
that warm blanket of anonymity, I suppose.
I could probably tell you who they were, but it doesn't matter. Lions West, 5 o'clock, got moved to Edgewood West. If you're not familiar, it is the field closer to the skate park. It is, there's a neat light pole in the middle of the grass field there that we have to work around, and we put home plate towards the home fences that are there, and so the outfield was toward the hill. It's the best way to set it up to avoid kicking into people's backyards.
Yeah, we just say outfields towards the street.
Yeah. So, 23rd Street Brewery at Black Stag, 0 to 17 Black Stag.
Yeah, shut out. Black Stag, Black bagged them.
Did not call the shutout. I did
getting
not
better.
call a shutout.
Hey, I ref this game. Screamers, or whatever their name is now. God, what's their name? Screamers?
23rd Street Brewery.
Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. Their infield defense couldn't handle Black Stag's offense, and so that was pretty much all said and done. I also want to give a big shout out to the board, because the fields at Edgewood were fantastic this time.
Thank you.
And the way that you guys, I don't think Katie's here, but the way that you guys oriented this time, as opposed to last year, where last year the outfields were kind of facing each other like this.
Right.
So we were constantly having to stop the play and chase each other's balls down. Cougar, you remember that because you were out there last year.
I was there week 4 in Liberty Hall, yeah.
Yeah, right, And this year, the way that they were oriented, they were kind of like playing cattywampus or whatever, and we never had a ball roll into the field to play on either team.
Yeah.
Also, the lines were perfect.
Thank you.
Everything was measured great. So thank you for that.
That was all the commissioners doing. Here,
Thanks a minute.
Weisel had a really cute note on here. We should read that.
It says, Aaron Garger hit the pole in the 9th inning, went back into fair and got out, so no trip to Narnia. Bullshit. So the pole is in foul
pole?
territory, which
So
would be
what-
like hitting
okay.
the fence. So
Okay,
I don't
you-
understand. You can't catch the ball off a fence. It's
just
a dead
call it a
ball.
tree.
We had a meeting before the game because we do play obstructions in this
We play
league.
trees because they're natural, but not
No.
fences.
This was a light pole that was like 4 feet away from the first base line with a
Right.
big concrete base. And so,
It
and
was
so
10
since
feet.
Derek insists it was 10.
10 feet, were you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He,
At any rate,
helped track
it
the
was
field.
really close.
Okay.
And so I just made a judgment call, and I talked to the captains about it before. I said, look, there's an obstruction. So if a ball hits the pole and then ends up in fair territory, well, then it's a fair ball.
Yeah, I think if everybody agrees, that's fine.
Yeah, because a ball is neither fair nor foul until it comes to a rest or, Sean, somebody touches it. That's what makes a ball fair or foul, okay? And so, that was we decided. And then David Shipley said, okay, for your guys' game, we're scrapping that rule. That's no good. Yeah. But Liz Schaefer was very, very obsessed with the poll. It was actually quite funny.
Oh, my God.
I can see that.
Gosh damn it.
Yeah, if I can jump in Derek's hip pocket, Rick, he's like the honorary board member, and so he helped chalk and everything. After waiting in South Park for an hour because I slept through my alarm.
I got sunburnt waiting for him to get there.
I only
I got
partially
hung up.
remember what I did the night before. Thanks for finding my keys, Cosgrove.
We're lucky that he found his car the next morning, apparently.
Right.
It was lost in Narnia, probably. Lions West, 7 o'clock. This game got moved to Edgewood West. And for the record, I'm pretty sure that Jazz House and Lawrence Shirt Factory both despise grass. So thank you for playing on grass. Shirt Factory 6 at Jazz House 9.
Oh my God.
Jazz House tuned up Lawrence Shirt Factory.
926 and a half Massachusetts, your home of the $2.50 almost anything. And what does that sign say? New York
Bomb.
New York bombs for $3 today. I want to hear about this game. Is there anybody here who saw it?
Well, before Rick gets up here and talks, I didn't see this game, but I'd just like to talk for 45 minutes before he talks about like the biggest upset in KB Kills. No, get the fuck up here, Rick. What are you doing?
Wow.
I didn't see it, but I've fantasized about this game for a long time.
I didn't realize how much everybody wanted Happy Shirt to lose.
Well, it's just they never lost in
not
division
true.
play.
I don't want to say everybody. That's not true.
Love to see the Titans
everyone
fall.
to win.
Yeah, and so at any rate, it was high fives all around at Game of the Week, and thank you everybody for the congratulations. We appreciated that. We played a very good game. Our defense was really, really good. We kicked situationally. We were ahead the entire game. Lawrence Shirt Factory mounted a furious comeback at the end.
As they are wont to
put
do.
a little bit of pucker in our you-know-what, but then we were able to hold them off.
Yeah, man.
How much were you up?
God, it was 9-3 in the 6th, and it was 9-4 entering the bottom of the 9th.
Damn.
Yeah,
So you're coming
or
back.
top of the 9th, because we were a home team, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
I'm looking at the score sheet, and it looks like someone tried to bunt in some runs with bases loaded and got the third out because of it.
That happened 3 times. Fred, you want to come tell them about it?
So it
Fred's
sounds-
our catcher, and he couldn't believe what was happening in front of his
So
eyes.
every time the bases got loaded, Happy Shirt tried to bunt in their runs. Shirt Factory, excuse me.
Yeah, I think they underestimated our pitcher Ellen. She's a beast.
She is.
And so she just came right back to me. I think we played a real good game. This is my first time up here at the podcast. So
Welcome.
Hello, Fred. Hey, Fred.
It's a
How
good
you
time
doing?
to come up with the
Yeah.
biggest win in KVKL history.
well, that's why I
biggest
came
upset.
out here. I had to come up and talk some
Yeah.
shit, but yeah.
There you go.
No, but appreciate y'all. It was a good game. Obviously, Happy Shirt's a good team, but we've been grinding for a couple years, trying to move on up. So
I've repped a couple of your games in the last couple of years, and you guys have a lot of talent, and it's good to see that you're improving every year.
yeah, it's funny because we're like a lot of us play sports like in college and stuff. So we were always the team like we were really athletic and just had no idea what we were doing.
Kickball's a different beast.
Yeah, so we're
Looks
starting
like you're
to-
figuring it
starting
out.
to put some pieces together. If you want to see somebody exciting at Game of the Week, get Jazz House. You'll be happy you did.
All right, we'll see about that. There's 5 more games after this next week.
I got one comment on this because I was playing on up on Top Edgewood while this game was going on. It was a little odd. I was playing catcher, and in the middle of the inning, I stood up and I was like, "Well, that's odd. I've never seen that before." And it's fucking John Peach just like jogging after a ball that Jazz House blasted the living shit out of to left field, like all the way up the hill towards the dirt. I'm like, "Huh? Well, that's strange." Just thought it was humorous.
Yeah.
That's the closest that either team got to either of the other team's outfields. Was that?
Okay.
You don't see that every day.
I don't remember who it was. It might have been Bickle. Totally burned one on our right fielder early in the game, and I think led to scoring 2 runs. It could have been Bickle. It could have been somebody else. I don't remember.
It looks like Austin on here.
But yeah.
I think he's new for
but
that.
John was
Right
just
before
playing a
Bickle.
little bit short, and Lee was able to get it over his head. And once it's over your head, especially with no fences and everything.
Right.
But John, Alex said he was jogging. I thought John was moving at a pretty good clip, and he managed to hold Lee to a triple, which was he kept that
impressive.
run from scoring. So, all right.
Would you say that grass had anything to do with this game? Do you think it would have been a different game on dirt?
Well, it's definitely going to be a different game on dirt.
Different outcome on dirt?
Nah. We were playing very, very well, and the team's playing well. Yeah. Last year on that exact same field, they beat us 10-1.
Yep,
No
I remember
shit.
that.
And it wasn't even that
Same field,
close.
yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
the lack of a backstop was just driving us crazy because the ball would get past the catcher and then it would roll down Miller Lane.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
We're trying to avoid that this year.
Yeah.
By the way, here's a stat real quick. In case you didn't know, this is the first. Lawrence Shirt Factory was the only franchise to never, ever lose a divisional game.
Until now.
Until now.
Good stat.
Last
That's a
one.
stat.
Yeah. But it's amazing that they did, ever since divisional play started for like 06, 07, for like 12, 13 years,
Yeah.
they never lost a divisional game. Even like Black Stag and KTC, they lost divisional games.
Sure.
So it's an amazing accomplishment.
And
there by
now,
Lawrence Shirt
now
Factory.
Lawrence Shirt Factory, their entire destiny of staying in the 1 seeds and being a 1 seed forever rests on their best friends, Red Lion. Red Lion's got to get a W.
We'll get
to
that
keep them in
later.
the
We'll
ones.
get to that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Excuse me, Seth, but Jazz House might have something to say
Oh,
about that
something to
Red
say.
Lion game. Yeah. And,
I'm not making any prediction. I'm just saying.
and the only other thing I want to say, and then I get down from here, is that the Happy Shirt guys are great, great people.
Shirt Factory.
They're
Absolutely.
Lawrence Shirt Factory. Yeah. Sorry, Michael. My bad. They're great. I love playing against them. We never beat them like practically everybody else in the league, and so that was really fun. But they're really good folks to play against.
Absolutely.
We had a very competitive, but ultimately really amiable game. Everybody was trying really hard to win, but there wasn't any at all, like zero.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Congrats.
Hobbs Park, 7 o'clock. Kansas Tree Care at River City Matadors. KTC up 15-2. It says they ended up rechalking the lines after the second kicker in the first inning.
Yeah, I really get that.
That probably has a lot to do with the fact that Lawrence City League has Sunday games there at 5 and 6 o'clock, and the fields probably didn't get rechalked. So whoever rechalked the fields out there, thank you. I don't know who you are, but you're a good person.
KTC bull rush the Matadors.
They actually rechalked the fields according to the City League foul line, encroachment line. So they had to redo it.
Re-rechalk.
Re-rechalk.
All right, got it. Any KTC or Matadors here want to talk about their game?
Noah's here. Noah.
Oh, there's some. I see some.
Noah. The jerk of the league. I'm kidding.
It's like a relative.
Real talk.
No,
Real
no.
talk.
Yeah.
Someone finally said it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we just did what we needed to do. We didn't, go all out. But Lou made a nice one-handed snag on a soft liner. Yeah, it was nuts. Just
Good job,
I know
Lou.
it was like a miss hit. He kind of went to foul territory and just stuck right in his big ass hands. Alex had a nice layout catch, but I don't know. I think Matadors, honestly, they're like 1 through 5, very solid, good bunters, a lot of speed.
Yeah, they were getting on base, and they scored 3 with their top couple guys.
Sorry,
Whisper, whisper, whisper. I didn't hear what she said.
She said everyone's tired of hearing me talking, but
no, that's not true.
No, I got some buddies I play soccer with on Matadors that, as long as they learn the game, because a couple instances like runner on second, grounder to short, they take off the third, but no runner on first, so just run into an out, shit like that.
Yeah.
But if they clean it up, I think they're a solid squad.
Yeah.
Win some games in the twos, but I don't know. I was honestly a little drunk. I don't remember the final point of the game. But
What a luxury, asshole.
What was your pun for this one?
You bull rush the Matadors.
Bull rush.
Yeah. Hey, no, are you guys gonna have like a 15-person roster when you're playing your rank games? Bat 12 people, or shrink that down a little bit?
That was just see what works.
Yeah.
In rank play before.
Yeah.
No Hannah? No Hannah this week?
I don't know what's going on. She got some new job, apparently. She said she's not going to be playing much anymore, so I don't know. I honestly don't know what this job is. But,
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
We'll see what happens next week.
Let her ask her. I don't know.
I'll ask her.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Noah.
Thank you, Noah.
Hobbs Park, 9 o'clock. There are no notes on this score sheet. Mass Street Soda Jerks, 0. Reboot Triple X, 18.
By the way, this is the third shutout this week. This might be
Yeah.
the most
seriously.
in a single week in KVKL history.
I think we're on track to have the most shutouts in the season.
Nobody called shutout this week. This past podcast, nobody called shutout. Not even myself. This is crazy. What happened, Derek?
Well, there's no notes because nothing of note happened during that game.
You getting overthrown like 7 times, that's a note.
I got a note. Reboot foot job the Jerks.
That's true. I was actually severely disappointed, not only in myself, but in my team. I know we could do better than that. We've played better than that. I think that second inning when they put a couple runs up and that game of the week jitters got to some of the team, and we just could not bring it back.
That's what it seemed like from the stands. It seemed like you guys just were not quite locked in. Or not locked in, but yeah,
The
jitters.
cylinders were not firing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as some people saw, I'm not playing third this year. I'm playing 1. I got my guy Chris playing third, and
Wait, which Chris? You have 3 Chris's.
Chris Alfers.
There you go.
Yes,
Alfers,
I got
okay.
Chris. 3 games, he has been lights out, great hands, great throws, and he had some bad throws. Our center fielder lets him get by him. People not covering this, second base. The whole team was mentally not with it. But with that said, I'm disappointed in the outcome, but I was happy to be out there and
Tia
play.
killed it.
Tia, I think, was batted 1,000. I think she
Yeah.
was on base 3 for
MVP.
3.
She's good.
Yeah. She. I think she was the only one on the team who had.
Probably move her up the lineup.
Right.
Move
I've
her
only
up the
seen her
lineup.
play 3 times, and I don't think
Tia,
she's
you want
ever got
promotion?
out.
Yeah.
Tia's getting a promotion.
Tia, you're getting promoted. You're batting 2
That
next
being
week.
said, other than the shitty, boring game, I think my team won best Jello shots. And
Excellent Jello
and
shot distribution.
Yeah.
That was how many?
Coming from the dugout.
Did we get a total on that? Because it seemed like it went on for about a half hour.
I know we did
Yeah.
close to 300. I think Brent, you had what, 600?
Oh my god.
4. They had 400 donated by Slurp Jello.
Gross.
Those slurp shots were heavy.
Slurp?
They were not as
They
good.
exploded on
Sorry.
impact.
Oh, those
It
were
really
slurp.
depends on what you're looking for, I
They were not
suppose.
good.
If they made it through the fence.
I mean,
They
that being
were
said,
eaten.
also the root beer floats were apparently awesome.
They were
Sorry, that was a hard
delicious.
pee.
Thank you.
That was a very
really
hard
good.
pee in the mic.
Bam.
Bam.
I didn't get any because I thought it'd be a bad idea to.
I was going to say, did your team chug root beer floats
know,
before the game?
no.
That could have led to the
I mean,
sluggishness.
I'm super disappointed because I decided that would have been a bad idea and I didn't get one. And then hindsight, I was like, fuck, I should have had a.
You lost
Yeah,
your
might as
team.
well.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Like, you should have gone back there. Like, you were they were 4 over the minimum heading into the sixth. At that point, you should have just been like, you know what, fuck it. Having myself a drink.
I've said it before. I don't mind losing as long as it's a good loss. This was not a good one. But shout out to Reboot. They played amazingly. Lights out. Everybody but James Tolbert. They came out with a purpose, and I think they showed the league what their team's capable of.
All right.
All right.
Do we have any rebooters that want to rebuttal?
Yeah.
I'm not this tall.
Talk
Hi,
into the
guys.
mic.
Hello. Sorry.
That's good.
Hi.
No, that's better.
I'm Emberly from Reboot. I just want to say awesome game of the week. Guys, thank you. Always a great sponsored thing. Our sponsors, Love Pictures, Butt Shots 2019.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, it's good. Everybody needs a little ass. But also, like, honestly, guys, thank you. Seriously, guys, Mass Soda. I mean, it happens. Taking the O. I bought you guys donuts to sit on. Another butt joke.
Cougar likes butt jokes. Let's keep them coming.
No, I do not.
Don't keep them coming. Another butt joke. You just make it 3. But
true,
honestly,
that's
guys, thank you. Game of the week. Reboot 2019. Love you long time. Triple X.
Thank you.
By the way, real quick, who's the one that made that pies that pied me? Who made those pies?
That would be Posh Wash and Ghosts we owed you from a couple weeks
There
ago.
was actually like
That's what I
10
thought.
different dudes that contributed to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about half the league.
It was delicious.
Oh.
It was really, really good. Obviously, I was shocked when I got pie because for the longest time I actually want to get pie all my life.
Cougar
I
likes
actually
the cream shot, you guys.
not that side.
All right.
Once.
There we go. And here comes
Here's
Costco.
Costco.
Here's the orchestrator.
I have a Ask a Cougar question.
Okay, we can do an ask
All right,
a
let's
question.
go.
We can do
Halftime,
that.
halftime.
Go ahead.
Well, it's related to the game. Was that your first cream pie?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it was.
Everyone remembers
And we
it.
got
Yes,
the
it
cycle. I think we
was.
just got the
Yes.
cycle.
Yeah, that was the cycle of butt and cum jokes, by the way.
But it was
Thank
really,
you for
really
completing
good.
that, Matt.
Really delicious. Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot better with that than got glitter bombed by Hannah Blodgett 5 years ago from KTC.
Nobody
That
likes
sucked. By the way, glitter does not leave your body for after 2 weeks of showering. It sucked.
Glitter is the herpes of the craft world.
So that was reboot serve notice, right? So now everybody
Yeah.
in the
Now
2s
we all
or
know.
3s got to look out.
Yeah.
So
Don't sleep on them, but do sleep with them.
of the people sitting here at this table, I believe a few of us have won awards. Most notably, Nick Lerner, who is your tech-savvy realtor, has won Best of Lawrence 3 times. He was runner-up 1 time. He is the $1 million producer multiple times over. If you go to his website and look at his list of awards and honors, it's as long as at least 2 pieces of paper. I had to condense it down to make it fit on 1 page.
I had stopped reading it because it started to make me feel like a piece of shit.
Right. I
never win anything.
I am not as accomplished as Nick Lerner is. And these awards aren't just real estate awards. He's got one on here that says Ski Season Snow Creek Volunteer Ski Patrol Patroller of the Year.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
That was a good one. I want to clarify. I was a measly number 7 this year in Best of Lawrence,
But you still top 10.
but I still made top.
You know why, Nick? Because I didn't get one of those reach out emails asking me to vote for you.
Yeah, you didn't get
You
out
didn't
the
send
vote
those
this
to
year like you
everybody.
have in the
I
Yeah.
stopped doing that, so
Yeah.
yeah.
You're relying on us to be proactive. Big mistake.
I do always reach out and try to get my Nick Lerner basketball schedule.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are very helpful.
Look forward to those in the fall.
I love those very much.
All-time leading scorer, Sandia Prep High School Soccer 3A, blah, 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 some other shit.
We beat
on
the
here.
shit out of your team. Sam.
Well, Nick, I want to know more about what you're doing right now. What can we do to help you sell a house?
He's literally selling houses sitting here right next to me.
I know, he's got his phone out.
Yeah, he's a
checking
madman.
on
Put together
houses.
one more deal today, but no, seriously, Kaw Valley Kickball is like how I made my career in real estate. So I owe everything to the league for my career in real estate. So just a heartfelt thank you, and let's keep kicking ass and selling some houses.
How many houses do you have listed right now?
I have one active listing right now.
It's because he sold them all today.
Yeah.
I know, that's why he was late. He's out there selling houses.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a house you want to sell, or if you're interested in buying a house, get a hold of Nick Lerner. It is really easy. NicholasLerner.com, AskMcGrew.com. You can call him, you can email him, or you can just hunt him down on Facebook or at a kickball game. He does play for the Red Lion, one of the most active teams behind Free State, I think, longest running teams.
Yeah.
Not very
right.
many teams have been around as long.
Yep.
So when you're ready to buy a house, shout out to Nick Lerner. He'll help you out.
Thank
Middle
you.
of the podcast here, we're going to talk about the charity this year. If you are not aware, it is the Safe Bar Alliance. They do education for bars. If you ever feel unsafe at a bar, you can talk to your bartenders, and they will help you in many ways get home safe and get away from the creeps. And if you don't know if your your favorite bar has done the Safe Bar Alliance, it should be posted in the bathrooms. So check that out. At Game of the Week this week, you can look for the Kick the Can thing. I don't know what the total is up to yet, but we need to find out, because for $1 you get a ticket and you get a chance to kick the target, and for $5 you get 6 tickets. Who kicked this week?
Ryan from
We need
D-Holes.
to, we
And
need
he
to bring back
got
Kick
pretty
the Drum.
close, did he not?
I heard a loud woo while I was going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I know a few people saw it.
Can we bet on this? I'm guessing the pot's at $272.
272. Does anybody have any guesses for how much the pot's at for the kick the target, Safe Bar target?
322.
If you get it,
I don't
how about
know.
if you get it within 5, I'll buy you $20 worth of tickets.
420.
322.
Derek says 436.
$1.
That is not going to be accurate.
Probably not enough. Going low.
322.
Price is Right rules.
Not Price is Right rules.
We got a lot of 300s out there. Let's hope it is. And if it's
Yeah.
not, buy more tickets next week, guys.
Yeah.
This is going to go to a charity. It's always for a good cause. This week's food is Elena. Last week's food was Elena. The next 3 weeks' food is Elena. East Lawrence Neighborhood Association is out there cooking burgers and hot dogs. And if you have a request for something, you could probably be like, hey, bring me from something that's not a hot dog or hamburger. And they'll probably grill it for you for a few dollars.
Fried chicken?
Maybe.
Pizza?
Maybe. On cleanup this week, we have Love Garden, Free State, KTC, and Shirt Factory.
It's a bunch of one seeds. Right
Yeah.
I know.
I feel like
know.
a fight in the stands
Yeah.
is coming on. and Free State's going to have to umpire.
I think Love Garden.
Do you know our team?
I think Love Garden already got the scoreboard, and Free State already called for cleanup. So somebody else has to do merch. Let's see if who's going to fight over it, KTC or Lawrence Shirt Factory.
Would you rather do merch for 9 innings or clean up for 10 minutes?
I do both all the time. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm just going to throw out there, Shirt Factory sounds like the apropos team to do merch, right?
They should probably sell the merch,
Because
absolutely.
they're familiar with the shirts and everything.
So, middle of the podcast is normally where we talk about random stuff. I have 2 random things to talk about. Last week we did a 30 for 30 on Muddy Waters. This week I have questions for Seth Sanchez.
Oh, shit. I wasn't
Oh,
ready.
boy.
I was
I know.
not prepped. All right.
No, I know you
Call
weren't.
call it a 10 for 10 then.
Yeah.
10 for 10.
How long have you been playing for Free State?
I think I counted up all my jerseys preseason, and it's 11.
So
I
11
think
years
I think this
out
is
of
my
the-
11th year. Yeah.
Wow.
Free State's the only team that's been around since 2002.
And has never changed our name.
Never changed names.
Yeah.
Are
Respect.
there any original members on that team?
I don't think so. I think our last original member is now on Red Lion.
Yep.
But Tori's been on the team for
Pretty long
probably
time.
Yeah, he has.
all but 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 96 years old.
Looks great, by the way.
Where do you predict your team's going to finish the year?
So we'll be in the 3s, so hopefully we finish top half of the 3s, so top 15. That's
How about
goal.
playoff result?
shoot, if we could win the Twain, I'd be psyched about that. That's a prestigious award.
Yeah.
Assuming that since you are a high-standing member on your team, if you could ever play for another team, who would it be and why?
Who would it be and what? Probably, I'd go play for Red Lion.
Yeah!
Did you join
Nick-
Leslie?
Woo!
Yeah, Leslie for sure. Obviously, Nick Lerner, Ben Hutnick. There's a lot of people that I like on that team. So, yeah, Red Lion would be fun.
A team full of legends in our own minds.
Yeah.
Good old person team.
Right.
Yeah, I'm 30 now.
Yeah, that's
I can
some
go play on the old
retirement
person
You're going to
team.
bring their age
Yeah.
down. I don't know if they'll let you on.
Oh, I got something real quick. Week 4 standings for
That's
the
not
Opinion
a
League.
question for Seth.
Okay, fine. Fine. I'll go afterwards.
Question
No.
for Seth?
Anyways, I have a question for Seth.
What secret beer are you coming out with next?
Sorry.
Secret beer that we're coming out with next. We're coming out with Garden Party Lager. People have had that one before, but that'll be out hopefully next week or the following week for 4th of July weekend. And
Garden Party is my favorite.
You're hearing it
beer.
here first. We just finalized. We're going to do an event where we do Garden Party ice cream. We're going to do a little ice cream social on the front porch.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, July 2nd. So come eat some ice cream that tastes like
I'll be
basil
there.
and cucumber and juniper berries.
Basil, cucumber, and what?
And juniper berries.
Juniper berries.
Yeah.
I'll eat
Wow.
Yeah, come out. It'll be fun.
I got one.
I'm
Should we call this?
intrigued now.
Should we call this 10 out of 10?
This is our 10th question for
Okay.
Free State. Yeah.
The ladies and some of the gentlemen want to know: boxers, briefs, or neither?
What the?
I'm glad that my
briefs.
girlfriend showed up to this podcast. That's what she's never been to.
Did she say boxer briefs? Is that what I heard? I think that is boxer briefs.
Sliding
Boxer
shorts.
briefs. Oh, split in the middle.
Sliding shorts all the time. All day, every day.
Always wearing his sliding shorts. He's prepared for anything on and off the field. All right. Now we're going to do a middle of the podcast Ask Cougar question because I
Okay.
didn't get to do it last week.
Okay.
So last week I got hurt on Wednesday, but my question on Tuesday was going to be about the NBA Finals. If you saw Kevin Durant get injured, you heard the fans booing his injury.
They're actually cheering for
So this is a sportsmanship question.
Well, they were cheering his injury, right?
Cheering,
They
cheering the
were
fact he was
jeering
out.
him and booing everything. So in KVKL, we have a lot of random injuries. They're normally during base running. Whether it's an accidental collision between players or just someone having a bad day and hitting the base wrong, they're all horrible to watch. What would you say is the proper etiquette for sports injuries as an opposing team on the field? And as the captain of your team, what do you expect to see from your other team and fans?
Well, what you should do if it is on the field there, as someone gets hurt, that you go up to that person and ask them if they are okay. And you also, if they're down on the ground, if they need help to get up, lend a helping hand. It's not just a KVKL thing. That's a humanity thing. That should be an obvious thing. Seriously. And as a captain of the team, I expect there, if my team gets hurt, like the opposing team, they actually ask about our team, like, are you all right, so forth, and all that. On the other hand, if I see, someone on the other team that they get hurt, I expect, my teammates to go up to them and say, are you okay, and check up on them. And also, when they're off the field, check up on them during the game and after the game as well. It's really, really
So
simple.
just basic human skills.
Of course.
Okay.
Incorrect answer. Kick them while they're down.
So overall, in the entire league, Cougar, you and I have been in the league for a really long time.
Yes.
What is the worst sportsman thing you've ever seen?
Worst sportsman thing I've ever seen?
Call
Yeah.
people out by name. Call them out by name. Do it.
Wow.
You don't even have to call them out by name. Like, injury happens on the field or something just really shitty. What's the worst thing you've seen sportsman-wise in the league?
I have no idea. I have to really think back about this.
How about what are some of the things you've ejected people from games for?
Don't list them all. We're trying to keip this under 2 hours.
I've only ejected one person out there.
It was me.
No, it wasn't you. It was not you. It was someone from, what was it, Double Meat, who's now like kicking assets. They were playing drop stoppers, and this he's no longer playing for kicking assets. He kept on chirping about the calls, so I gave him a warning and so forth. If you do this one more time, I'm going to eject you. I told the captains at the time, Ben Wright and Danielle, kicking assets. And into the 8th inning, he kept on chirping from the stands and so forth about a call. So I told him, you know what? You're out. You're gone. And I ejected him from the dugout. I told him, get off the damn field. You can go in the stand. I don't give a flip. Get out. And so forth. Period.
There's a distinct possibility you didn't just kick that person out of the game. You might have kicked them out of the league because I think after that game, Ben asked him not to come back.
Yeah, exactly. And what he did was like totally unreasonable because
You gotta be careful with that power, Cougar.
No, I know. No, look, I don't want to eject someone. I really don't. I've warned several people
He wants
before.
to eject as
I've
many
done that.
people
I've
as
warned
possible.
people before, and they get the warning and they stopped. But it's the basic rules are: if you're not the captain or assistant captain, don't chirp about calls about this, or you're gonna get a warning, or you keep doing this, you're gonna get ejected.
Good.
Plain. That's
So
it.
for future reference, be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Accidents happen, injuries happen. Let's treat it with all a little humanity.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite thing to say to people. Just, are you a captain? Are you a captain?
Yeah.
Just
No.
shut them down. Yeah,
That's
no?
what Adam
Okay,
Patterson
all
during the Red Lion game was like. There sure are a lot of captains out there. I dig that one.
I had to say that to someone after the Rats Red Legs game. Why did he get to yell and I don't? Well, he's a captain and you're not.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm very sorry. Just if you have an issue, tell your captain to do the yelling.
Yep. I think I might
Seth
start
is
busting
never
out
gonna
the.
yell.
Are you a certified ref?
Yeah.
There you go. Don't be teaching people that.
Bad habits.
That'll never work.
If we can put a bow on that segment, we'll just say, "Be nice, or Cougar's going to ejaculate on you."
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, eject you.
Right.
Eject you.
I like the first one better.
That's true.
You fucked up.
Cobb Valley Kickball,
up,
if you
that's
want to
right.
hear about the stats and the predictions for going into week 5, stats.
Boo.
So, Cougar has standings for you, and he wants you to hear all about them.
That was really nicely done. The crowd was like really ruckus, and all of a sudden everybody got
All
quiet.
of a sudden, I can hear the people I'm sitting next to.
Yeah.
Stats.
Yeah.
has to be the
So
best
here's the thing.
attended.
Last week, here's a correction. Last week I said Ben was 6-3 with a 2-1 record. Actually went 3-0, so he's 7-2. So my mistake.
Good job, Ben.
Yeah.
He was not. He was in the stands.
Right. There was a
so I
loose beat on
apologize.
your abacus, I think. It was-
Abacus.
Yeah.
I love my abacus. Here's the week standing. Tim went 2-1. He was 8-4 on the year. Ben, second week in a row, he went 3-0, so he's blistering 10-2. Myself, I somehow went 3-0. I'm 8-4, tied with Tim. The guests, good job on everyone. The guests here, you actually went over 500. You went 2-1, and now you're 5-7 on the year.
Better, improving.
Yes, you're getting
Improvement.
better. I think Seth and Sean and Nick,
You.
if he's still here, will do good on guessing. Oh no, Tim probably phoned his in.
He
not
did.
gonna do it.
If there's a tiebreaker, you're the tiebreaker.
I think Seth and Sean have some standings to talk about, though. Seth writes Sundays in the Parks for us.
Oh yeah.
For himself, probably.
For myself. I do it
Lovely
for
job.
myself. Yeah.
And he's already pretty much covered everything we can talk about with the different Jayhawk divisions.
I don't have it in front of me, so we should
want
we
the
should all
divisions?
talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. There's a few. Black Stag and Red Legs. I mean, you want to talk about it now, or you want to go through the games?
Do you want to talk about divisions quickly, and then we'll go through games?
Can we talk about the division names quickly? What the fuck was the board thinking when they fucked us over with these bullshit names that I don't understand?
Well, if you don't understand them, you weren't paying attention at the first podcast, and you should sit the fuck down.
I didn't
Avery,
go
I
or
have
listen to the first podcast. I went to the captain's meeting where usually we vote on the.
I have
No,
a
we
question
skipped
for
it
you
this year.
about that. Where are you from?
Where was I born?
Where are you from? Yeah.
Born or where am I from?
Where are you from? Are you from Lawrence?
Yeah.
Did you know that all the Jayhawks have names?
Those are the names of the different
Those
year
are the
ones.
names of the Jayhawks.
They're pretty bad
Yes,
names.
they are.
1912.
D minus. Just put the years on it then. Nobody fucking calls them by name. Oh, somebody found that they have names. That's great. No, I want Mosasaur division
Old
back.
news. Yes.
I want Scott
I
Beck
will-
is from St. Louis.
I
We
will
went to
tell
KU.
I will tell you quickly that the reason we didn't pick names at the captain's meeting this year is because everyone was bitching and moaning about Games of Thrones is going to start. We have to be
Oh my
done.
That was by
Why
design.
are
Well, that
we
was
still
stupid,
here?
wasn't it? Because that last season sucked.
You
Yeah.
dorks in your damn Game of Thrones. All
Yeah.
you peoples.
So we took away your voting rights because y'all whined a bunch, and we
Thanks
wanted you
for
to get
taking
home
away
and
my
watch your
voting
TV.
rights.
Right.
Said no one ever. Fuck you.
You're not a democracy.
Love you, Avery.
Now,
The commissioner giveth, and the commissioner taketh away. Be
what I
warned.
So, for the standings, there's a lot that Seth went over on Sundays in the Park, but I believe that Cougar wanted to talk about them more. Or no, you're not ready to talk about standings?
No, I was just talking about the pick'em game standing.
Why don't we do the games, and we can talk about the implications of the
Okay.
games
let's
as
talk
we're
about
going
Those in
through.
front of you, so you're ready to go?
No, those are
All right.
right. No.
We're going to go in the order I want to go in. June 23rd, South Park, 5 o'clock, Reboot, Triple X,
Boot fuckers.
Geezers, Good Neighbors.
This is a marquee game.
Now, we are not going to let a lot of people talk a whole lot, but this is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very good game.
I like how you put that up before you even got to the mic.
and he didn't break stride either. He was like not applying to me. No.
All I have to say, I have respect for this team, and this game is simply going to come down to it's not about how good you are, it's how bad you want it. And I know how bad I want it. I know they want it.
What about the other people on your team?
Good fucking question.
Do you want to be on your own team?
Yeah, oh, definitely. I love
We hear
everybody
about
on my
what
team.
you want a lot.
I
but I'm
love
wondering
everybody
what
on my
they
team.
want.
No.
And dude, that's honestly the question. I mean, I think we lost to Love Garden because we didn't care.
There's a
We've
lot of
been
people from
struggling all year.
Reboot here tonight, and so I'm thinking
Yeah.
they might want it a little more.
Good for them.
You guys had a good crowd. There was some geezers in here earlier.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: if you're not playing at 5, you should come watch us play because as long as I'm there, my team has a chance, and hopefully we win the game.
How do you feel about grass?
I think it's easier to kick the ball off grass.
How about pitching and fielding?
I don't know pitching. I don't pitch.
No fences. No overthrows.
Yeah, and I feel like we're good defensively. But I don't know who said something about the gloves.
She said no glove, no love, I think.
Yeah, well, all I know is I saw her drop the ball, so I don't know. Nonetheless, yeah, you should get some gloves. Maybe
I want to see Reboot come out this weekend to play you guys with everybody wearing gloves.
Yeah, well, maybe if they wear gloves, they'll not playing better than the fucking 2s. They've been in the 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s their whole fucking life.
I think this is going to be a really good game, and I think whoever loses this one is probably going to be one of the favorites to win the 3s.
Got to be the favorite in the 3, whoever loses this one. Yeah.
So, are we picking, or are we just moving on?
No, we're picking.
Oh, we're picking. Oh, we're picking.
We're picking. Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Start with Seth.
I'll go with Geezer's Good Neighbors. I think they're a little bit more talented, top to bottom. But yeah, total toss-up. I'll be reffing this game. I'm looking forward to doing it. So
nice.
Boss.
I'm going for Reboot.
I'm going to go Geezers on a James drop.
Oh, wow. I'm not going to make that type of prediction, but no, I'm going Geezers. They're more talented. But it'll be closer. It'll be close.
I think this game will come down to hero throws. Whichever team plays smarter on overthrows, underthrows, and whatnot, because there's no fence here. Whichever team is better at controlling their throws will win this game. That being said, I feel like Geezers has a better chance of winning this game, but I do predict it to be a closer game than some people would think. I'm going just a couple runs.
Yeah. Well, last time I picked Reboot, they did it for me. Last time I picked Geezers, they didn't. And the only, common opponents, Reboot was closer to Love Garden than Geezers was. So, I guess I say, boot fuckers, fuck those good neighbors.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So the 2 Red Line members are going with Reboot. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Any chance I get.
These dad puns are coming in thick today. Good job. Oh, happy Father's Day. A couple days late to all the fathers out there. South Park, 7 o'clock. Free State Growlers at Reading Rocket.
Oh,
Free State.
We'll be shut out. Will there be shutouts?
No. It's on grass. You
A
never
friendly
know.
game?
Yeah, it'll be a friendly game, of course. We're nice now.
All right.
You can be nice, still shut them out.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be friendly.
Just saying, yeah. But Free State, no question. Yeah. Anybody? No.
Yeah, I'm going to say Free State, and I am going to call the shutout.
He's calling it.
Okay.
I think they get at least 3.
He's calling it.
I'll give them 3.
Ben?
If Mookie remembers how many outs there are when he catches the ball on the outfield, that would be a big help. That'd be a big help.
All right, more grass games. Edgewood East, 5 o'clock. Bunt and Grind at Muddy Water Studio. Did these 2 teams shut out people last week? No.
Yes, they did.
Well, Bunt and Grind
No.
did.
Muddy did not.
Muddy did not. Muddy almost did.
Muddy didn't get that Muddy by 20 spread.
Yeah.
But still, Bunt and Grind scored 23 and Muddy Water scored 21 last week.
So this game should be really now. Muddy Waters is going to win by a lot.
I have Muddy winning.
Yeah,
this
Muddy.
game.
No. Yeah, Muddy. No.
All right. Edgewood East, 7 o'clock. Drop Stoppers at JSC's Electric Kicked Eels.
Drop Stoppers. They've been impressive to me. We took a couple of their players in the offseason, and I thought they were going to be rebuilding, but they seem to be just as good, if not better, as they were last year. So I've been impressed by them. Haven't gotten to watch them play, but
They got three kickers on that team that can kick gaps and kick it over people. Their first baseman's really good. Their third baseman's really good.
Yeah.
I've got to go Drop Stoppers.
Yeah.
Is T here tonight?
T here? No.
I don't see him. If T was here, he'd be watching baseball and ignoring us anyways.
He's
but-
probably all worn out for doing all the scoreboard shit for Bryson and the other Geezers, good neighbors that didn't show up to do anything.
Yeah, what the hell? Actually, honestly, he probably appreciated it. If I know T, he was probably like, finally.
It was nice and peaceful for once.
All these people away. All right, Dad Perry Park, 5 o'clock. Mass Street Soda Jerks at Love Garden Squids.
Woo! No shutout.
No shutout.
No shutout.
After last week, though, it's got to be the Squids.
No.
Yeah.
I think Mass Street Soda will keep it closer, though. They've been putting together good results, and then they just, they fucked around at Game of the Week, but they'll lose by 6 or less, I would say.
Yeah, look for them to get off the mat here and score.
Yeah.
a couple.
Not by 29 like the Mahomes
Right.
Well guard.
Sometimes it's hard to play under the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Derek says that his team likes the grass, and he doesn't know about Love Garden. But Love Garden's an old team. They grew up playing on grass, so I think they'll be okay out there too. It'll probably be a good game to watch. Fun game. All right, Dad Prairie Park, 7 o'clock. Kicking assets at Lawrence Shirt Factory. Oh, what's going on?
Someone here. What's going
Can
on?
we all agree that Keith Pipkin thinks he's too good to be true?
No. I don't
Nick.
think so. No.
I can agree
No,
that
no,
Keith
no,
Pipkin is too good to be true. I don't know about the rest
I
of it.
don't think so.
He's very charming.
No, I would disagree. No, ma'am, I disagree. I disagree 100%. He's a good man. He's a humble guy. Even though he's not as cool as that YouTube channel named after his last name. There's a rabbit. There's actually a rabbit that says his last name. Look him up.
Kicking assets at Lawrence Shirt Factory.
Oh boy, what now? What?
All right.
Nice. Thanks, Avery.
This is the most raucous podcast crowd.
Yeah!
It is not.
Break it down. Because Aaron's on a comeback tour. Everybody wanted to come out and see it.
Thank you all for coming out to see
We
me.
got Nick Lerner up here. We got Sanchez. We got Sean. Who wouldn't come out to see
You
this
know
shit?
CJ's listening. You know
Oh,
he is.
yeah, probably. He's not talking to us on Mixler, so I don't know. CJ, if you're listening, give us some Mixler hearts.
Did we talk about kicking assets and love and
No,
Shirt
kicking
Factory
assets
yet?
at Lawrence Shirt Factory. Lawrence Shirt Factory is going to be out for blood. I'm sorry.
Coming off their first loss.
And you know, actually, I thought about this earlier too, because the last
Will it be
time,
under 30?
last time Lawrence Shirt
saying
Factory
no.
had a streak broken was when they hadn't lost in like 2.5 years.
Right.
They lost a game. What happened the next game? They lost again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
that's ranked
not going to
play.
happen here.
No.
Not gonna happen.
Again,
How mad is Tyler right now?
he's steaming. And
I don't know. I did see Steve talking on the phone for a long time at Game of the Week, though.
Game of the Week
I don't
for,
know
like,
if that was
outside
unrelated.
meetings on the
Yeah.
phone.
By the way, the fact that King Assets allowed 13 runs to Electric Eels. What do you think's going to happen against a really ticked off to that Shirt Factory? They might even try to put a 40 spot on Kicking Assets. And they almost did last year when they played them for the first week of the season.
Yeah.
So 42, yeah. They put 42. They might go 50.
You think that Lawrence Shirt Factory is going to try to score 50 runs?
They'll
They
try.
could. They could.
They'll try.
Yeah.
They could.
Why wouldn't you?
Why? I would if I were them.
Don't you think everyone comes into every game in the hopes of scoring 50 runs?
I like I think you
don't.
should read
I don't.
Haman's comment there.
I just hope my team scores
I gotta-
50 runs the entire season.
I got somebody slipped into my DMs and said Lawrence Shirt Factory is going to tell assets to pick out a switch. Ouch. I do believe the game is probably going to be an ouch because I think Shirt Factory wants.
I think this game will be really fun after like the first 8 innings.
After the first 9 innings are over
Yeah.
and the second game has started, the game will be really fun.
Marisa, if you're out there, sorry.
She's here. She loves
We love you
us
too,
anyways.
but again,
All
sorry.
right. So does anybody got a pick that isn't predictable?
No.
All right. Next game, Broken Arrow Park, 5 o'clock. Red Lion at Jazz House.
Woo!
This
What a
is
game.
our first pick'em game.
What
Yeah.
a game.
Pick along with us, if you will.
So we got 2 things working here. One, I'm jealous of Jazz House for getting that win against Lawrence Shirt Factory, and we control Shirt Factory's destiny.
Yeah.
We have their 1 seed in our hands. So I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe I want to see them play in the 2s and see Rick play in the 1s.
No. But I think if Jazz House loses, then they
four.
drop to the 4.
They'll be a 4.
They would,
Which
yeah.
would be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These top 4 seeds in this division are.
Yeah.
I think you said it right in your post. I think of any game, this is the one with the biggest impact on any team I can remember.
biggest
They either win and
variation,
they're in the 1s or they lose, they're in the 4s.
Yep. And
Rick wants to weigh in on this.
Ben was saying he wasn't really sure if he wanted to, he would rather be a 2 or a 3. Just joking, of course. I know that we're all going to be playing to win. But honestly, guys, I would rather go 0-5 in the 1s than 5-0 in the 4s.
As someone who's done both,
done those
it's a
things.
long 5 weeks.
I agree with that completely. I've been both.
Oh yeah, well, great. I mean, I would rather play really good teams, and even if we get beat, well, that's how my team gets better.
Thank you, I agree.
But that's not saying that we would go 5-0 in the 4s. I'm not saying that at all. Well, yeah, actually, I
Yes, you are.
All right.
Hey, Ben and Rick, can we get a friendly wager?
Let's get a friendly.
Yeah, all right.
boy,
I'm in, Rick. What do you got?
Rick has access to a big bar back there, Ben. I
I was
don't
going
know.
to say 51% stake in Jazz House on the line.
You might have to talk to his wife.
Versus 51% stake in Red Lion.
Yeah, there you
Whoa.
go. Lion.
Now that ain't
There's
gonna
a,
happen.
There's a World Cup coming up.
That ain't gonna happen.
There you go.
Well, we could just say loser has to buy a 30-pack
That's a friendly
for
wager.
the winner's team.
A 30-pack? I don't even know what that means.
Do the kids on your
It's a giant
can the
box
kids
of
on your
really
team drink
cheap
it?
beer.
Oh, a giant box of really
Yeah,
shitty
right.
beer. How
Right.
about a giant boxes of really good beer?
Okay, a giant box of really good beer. You're
Shop
on.
local, make it free state.
Okay, so we'll say
Maybe some
a
kind of
30?
free state beer.
okay. I'm used to dealing with cases.
Just say a case of something. Yeah.
Okay, how about 2 cases? Because one case ain't gonna hold.
48 person. You want
With all
3
the
beers a
shotguns.
person.
What, 30 packs?
We'll talk.
All right.
All right, so
I
there
know.
will be a gentleman's bet on this game
We're-
because there's going to be a lot of shotgunning happening.
Well, I know.
so
What do you-
sober team wins?
Let's ask our sponsor what he thinks is going to happen
Hey,
here.
Nick Lerner of Nick
Oh, boy.
Lerner Ask McGrew.
Cougar, are you reffing?
No, sir.
No.
I'm really nervous about this one. We
I
had a
bet
tough one
Cosgrove
last
might
year
ref
against
this
you
one.
guys, Rick, and coming off of a big win, I'm really nervous, but I know that we want this, and so we're bringing it all.
We're going to bring the big guns, Nick.
Yeah, I think we're going to win by 2.
I'm curious who the big guns are. Todd Foster.
Yeah. Todd, Austin, and euphemisms. They're all big guns.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, so Nick is picking Red Lion. Seth?
Yeah, I should probably pick Jazz House, but I'm going to pick Red Lion. Every time we... Yeah. This is my first podcast. It's my first podcast.
No, your Sundays in the parks.
Oh. Really?
Really?
Not once?
What?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to start now then.
He doesn't want to ruin his streak.
Yeah.
All right, Sean?
I'm going to go Red Lion. I think Jazz House is going to match up well with them. Probably one of the better games of the week, if not the best. But I don't know. It's hard to win back-to-back giant games.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be close, but I've got Red Lion by probably 3.
Whenever I have a team that comes off a huge, like momentous win, more often than not, the following week there's a letdown. I'm not saying the emotional letdown, but mental sharpness. There's a letdown because kind of like where do we go from here when you have a huge win? That's for Jazz House. And in fact, they're a young team. What did they do? Did they build up on this win and do better, or did they rest their laurels, kind of have this letdown?
So who's your pick?
I think there's a mental sharpness letdown, unfortunately for you there, Rick. I got Red Line by 6.
Well, I'm going to pander to my host and say Jazz House.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. I actually do think Jazz House can win.
They
but
can
it's
win,
on
yeah.
it's on a field that I don't think they've played on before. Broken Arrow is a deep dirt field. I think that if they can hold themselves together and not get upset at themselves and upset at each other, because they are young and I have seen them mentally melt down, I think if they can keep it together and play like they did last week, they can win. I think they can. So I got Jazz House.
Yeah, deep dirt field, and we are deep and dirty. We're going to come locked and loaded for this mofo.
Hey.
I might just buy the couple cases ahead of time, just in case. And Jazz House does have more to play for, technically, because we're either going to be the 2 or the 3. We can't get to the 1s. But
You can't drop to the 4s.
we won the last one. I still feel like we might have a slight edge here. So I'll pick us by 2.
Far be it from me to criticize Happy Shirt's strategy, but if I can give you one tip, Ben and Nick, if the bases are loaded, don't bunt.
What the hell were they thinking?
Well, the funny thing about that is Jazz House did that in the game last year, I know, and it worked. And Red Lion has done that before, and it worked. So
sounds like their pitcher is an athlete.
You got
Don't do
lucky.
it.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got lucky. So
Well, there it is. There's your predictions, Rick. Now you know who to not buy shots for tomorrow, next
Right.
Tuesday.
Well, I'm not worried about it. If we win, he's going to owe me a couple cases anyway.
So the next game, Broken Arrow Park, 7 o'clock. River City Matadors at Ghosts.
yeah.
Los Matt's going to lock up the 2 seed with that one.
Los Mats and the 2s. Nick? Nick's gone.
Next year.
He's selling a house, guys.
He's still selling a house, yeah.
Not bother him. I hate Santos' teams, but Oh, the Ghost, you try so hard, but you just have a hard time winning. So I'm going for small hands Santos, but hoping that the Ghost win.
All right.
Sean.
Yeah, they're going to wipe the floor with the Ghost. I love you, Cosgrove, but I think they're going to be pissed from this week, and they got to lock up the twos. Matadors by 8, at least.
Yeah. Goes, congrats on the first win. Los Mats win. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Matadors had Posh Posh's number pretty good this year, so I think it'll be Matt's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I like the lineal finish. Like, this is one of the uncomplicated divisions. Assuming
Yes,
they win,
we have
it's
a
just
good
going to be
division. Yeah, it made it easy.
Yeah.
All right, Corksuckers at Empire Strikes Back, Holcomb Wright, 5 o'clock. Corksuckers.
Say it. I know you
Corksuckers.
want to. No, I know you want to. Come on.
What? Say what?
Shut out, man.
No, it's not going to be a shutout. No, I don't
Yeah.
think Corksuckers have it into shutout.
Yeah,
Corksuckers
calling-
has
No, they don't have it
incentive
into
to
shutout.
shut
No,
out.
they
Calling
don't.
for 3 in a row seems
No,
like
they
piling
don't.
on, doesn't it?
Corksuckers don't have it in there.
I don't know. They've been playing good
No.
defense. They held D-holes to 5.
Right,
They
I know,
can
but I
shut
still
them
don't think they have it into shutout. I don't think they even shut out anyone before. I don't think they did. No.
They're playing well, man. They're
It's
one of
the,
the
Corksuckers is playing well, but Empire is the definition of due.
Corksuckers, yeah. No shutout. No. No.
I don't know if Empire's had the same team come back from one week to another, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think they're still working on finalizing their roster. All right. Anybody? Thoughts? Corksuckers?
Corksuckers.
Yeah.
All right. Holcomb Wright, 7 o'clock. This is a pick'em game.
Woo. And bonus points.
I don't know why this is a pick'em game. Black Stag at Red Legs.
For bonus points. yes.
4 bonus points, apparently, you guys.
Yeah.
Bonus points is very important, says Cougar.
As for the run spread,
Run
and so
spread.
far, no one's got it correctly so far. Nobody. So.
Well, you got the one correct the first week where I just offered to buy a beer.
No, I was correct with the wrong game.
So,
Yeah, exactly,
Where are
yeah.
we starting here? Ben?
Ben, let's go to you.
God, I was thinking about this earlier today, and I really wanted to pick Red Legs. I just think with Simon coming back, Black Stag gets a little bit of a boost. I'm going to go with Black Stag by 3.
I gotta say, congrats, Red Legs. You had a much better start to the divisional play than last year. It seems like, but no, I go Black Stag will be too much. I'll take Black Stag by 7.
I'm going to take Stag by 5. I think Simon's going to be the boost they need this week to get him over the top.
Yeah.
I'm sick of Simon's fucking Japanese trip on Facebook. So, come back and play some goddamn kickball, Simon.
So you pick Red Legs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Red
Legs
it
is.
Okay.
Yeah, Red Legs has been in the 2s every single season since they've been in the league, and it's not going to change this year. Black Stag by a few.
By how many?
Oh, shoot, I got to call it. By 6.
By 6?
Did Tim pick this one by any chance? in
He did.
his Facebook
He said
messages?
Black Stag by 6, so you got to pick either 5.
Ooh,
You go 5?
Oh, okay. Yeah, 5.
I feel good
Stag
about
by
this.
5.
I think this is going to be a close game.
Yeah,
so
I think it'd be a closer game.
yeah.
The only matchup of undefeated teams this year. Or
Yeah.
this week.
Yes,
this week.
That's correct,
2
sir.
4-0s.
2
Game
4
of the week.
yes.
Game of the week.
Unofficial.
Well, I know,
Unofficially, yeah.
I know that there are people on both these teams that really want to be the 1 seed, and so it might come down to who can yell loudest. So hopefully Empire kicks back and Corksuckers provide some refs with some balls.
Cougar will
I
just
hope
kick everyone out.
Janice got some balls.
So is Clint.
So does Clint. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
might be an ejection in this game.
By the way, Red Legs has never been a 1 seed, so it's big stakes.
They've only been in the league for a few years, too,
Still,
though. So.
they
All
always
right.
2s.
Holcomb left, 5 o'clock. Jayhawk CrossFit at Poshwash.
Shut out.
Oh!
Calling his own shot on that.
Are we allowed to call our own shutouts?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cougar says, "Oh yeah," like he's
Oh,
done it
yeah.
before. Come on, man.
It's going to be Poshwash, but I don't.
The other way. Yeah.
I say
way,
no
opposite.
shutout. CrossFit seems to be putting it together a little bit, and once they figure out how to get those people in that they've been getting on, you're not going to be able to shut them out.
We didn't know that we had no runs on Sacred Sword until they scored a run in the 9th inning.
Some of us didn't know.
Most of us didn't know. Most of us didn't know that it was 10-0 going into the 9th inning. So if we do shut them out, it'll be like, oh, sorry guys. So I don't
Man, you
think
could have
we
been
will.
going for back-to-back shutouts.
Yeah, I know.
That's tough.
I'm sore about last week. I have to call the shot.
Alexis is probably like kicking me right now, saying, "No, we're totally going to shut him out."
Can I get 9-1 odds if I say no shutout and they score in the first?
Empire does.
You mean CrossFit?
Oh, CrossFit
first.
I'll call a score for CrossFit in the
I
first.
forget who I'm playing. Sure, call it. Call whatever you want.
It's called.
So, any more predictions?
Any predictions?
Nick?
Shutout? No shutout?
Yeah. No shutout.
No shutout.
No shutout. All right. Holcomb left, 7 o'clock. Sacred Sword at KTC. Now,
Shutout.
This one I could see being a shutout.
I'm calling the shutout.
I think it depends on who Sacred Sword calls out from the reserves.
What reserves?
They have
Their whole team's reserves. What are you talking
depending
about?
on who shows up each week.
That's the point. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
They have some amazing players on their team. They just haven't all been there at the same time. I'm not saying that I don't think Sacred Sword's going to win the game, but
No,
I do not think they will be shut out.
I disagree. Because KTC.
Because KTC.
KTC.
I see some KTC people here. Are you guys going to shut them out on purpose?
Do it, Noah.
No, they said no.
I know you're nice, but do it. Do it.
No, they said no. I have to do this to see you. All right. Lions East, 5 o'clock. Woost! At 23rd Street Brewery. Now, do both these teams only have one win?
Correct.
Right, so this is the battle for 5th place, essentially.
5th and 4th place.
Yeah.
Woost or 23rd Street?
This is a good one.
I think I'm going to take Woost.
Woost.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shipley.
I'll take Woost, but it's going to be a close game because, like, Woost, here's the thing about Woost. They have not been putting that many runs. They really have not.
Yeah.
5 o'clock games are hard for them.
Is this on grass?
No, it's at Lions.
Oh, okay.
As of right now, it's at Lions.
Woost.
Yeah, because
On Dirt, I'll take Woost.
yeah, look at them. Like the number of runs they put is like 2, 4, 7, and 5. That's the each game the amount of runs they put up. So it's like, and there's only 5 runs up on Liberty Hall.
So what are the runs for 23rd Street Brewery then?
23rd Street Brewery, they have put 8, 2, 1, and 0.
Yeah, Woo's defense is still pretty
So
good,
final
though.
score probably be 1-0. I'm kidding. No, it won't be. No, it'll be like 2-1. Because both are like offensively challenged. So
Don't tell that to Dan.
he'll probably do a 2-run home run and that's it. I don't
Okay.
know. So, no.
Lions East, 7 o'clock. John Denver versus Misfit Toys. And Avery's coming.
And Avery's got it. You gonna call a shout out, Dave, Avery? You gonna do it?
How does everybody on the panel feel about the song Gloria?
It's a good song.
Fuck Boston.
He's been thinking about that for like a
He's
week
been
now.
building up to that since we got
Think
here.
about it. That's the best he could do. I get that driving down the street.
All right.
All right, I'm picking Misfit Toys now.
Yeah.
No, JDE, no shutout. No shutout.
No shutout?
No shutout.
No, Misfit will score some. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get
They're
through
good.
again.
They're an up and
Adam
coming
Mitchell's
team.
been in the league a long time. He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing. He can rein Avery in.
Yeah, they'll score a few, at least a few there.
Yeah, first year was 05. Yes, 15 summers. Yeah.
So
OG. Yeah.
Lions West, 5 o'clock. Chalmers at Johnny's. Why is this not a pick'em game?
Because
Good question.
Chalmers lost to JDE and Johnny's lost to JDE by more.
I think this would have been a good pick'em.
This is an intriguing game just because of the possible results, but I don't think anyone's really going to pick
Yeah,
Johnny's to beat.
no.
They've never beaten anybody of this caliber.
That's part of the reason, is it?
Yeah.
Although here's the funny part about this game. Like before the preseason picks, like Tim, for what reason picked Chalmers to finish in the 4s? If Johnny's beat Chalmers, they'll finish in the 4s.
I know, that's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
How
it's a
ironic is that?
Yeah.
Even though it's an awful pick, just like
That's
the awful
just-
pick of
Well,
Masters
no.
to finish in 6th place.
Wouldn't
It's
this be a 3-way tie? So they wouldn't just have to beat them; they'd have to kind of smoke them.
Yeah, I think if
smoking,
that happens,
yeah.
we would end up getting kicked down to the 4s, actually. Most likely. But it's not going to happen. Chalmers is going to beat Johnny's.
No. It's Chalmers.
Everybody's picking Chalmers?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. No one from Chalmers or Johnny's is here to defend themselves.
Yeah, it's Tip.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I see a path for Johnny's to win this game, kind of like I saw a path for Free State to win last week. But Johnny's hasn't beat anybody this good ever, so they're going to have to do it
They're also
before
very
I
proud
pick
of
them.
their stat that they're undefeated in pool play.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they
there you
tout
go.
that all the time now. I'm like, all right, well, at some point that's a negative. It's not a positive.
Wind up in the fours, you're going to keep
At
that
some
up.
point that means you're underachieving in rank play every single year.
Hey, now you're in my wheelhouse.
Lions West, 7 o'clock. Rats at Liberty Hall, late fees.
Rats.
I don't know if late fees win this one, it could throw that whole 4 or 5 into flux in that division.
Rats.
I think the fees are going to do well in pool play. I think
Yeah.
they've got some new young talent on the team that's going to.
Yeah.
No, Neff is doing a really good job with his new players, but they're still new players. So,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Rats has probably got some anger to work off after that Red Legs game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this could be big margin early and then kind of cruise late.
Hobbs Park, 7 o'clock. This should be a pick'em game. Hurtstone at D-Holes at Ladybird Harpies.
Well, this should have had
They
way
got
higher
killed 21 to
stakes.
2 the muddy.
I know, and they also got beat by Corksuckers, but that doesn't mean Ladybird Harpies is still not a team to put under the radar. I think D-Holes will win, but I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be 1 or 2 runs.
Aaron Adams say Ladybird Harpies ain't nothing to fuck with.
They're not. They're a good team. If Josh can catch a ball in the outfield, they'll be doing good.
I've been meaning to ask on that last podcast, was that real? Did Grant really throw his own center fielder under the bus
Yes.
that hard?
Yeah.
Yes.
No wonder he
Well,
lost by.
in Grant's defense, he did drop 5-6 balls and basically cost them the game. The way I heard it, anyway.
However,
Yeah, you said it, yeah. It was his words?
One of the Harpies specifically said to me, however many balls Josh dropped is how many runs the other team scored.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty under the bus throw. So if their center fielder is the person they're relying on to win the game for them, then they need to, work a little harder at it.
Well,
Chances
that's 6
are
runs, that's a
Harpies
lot.
are pissed about the fact that they lost 2 games like that, and they're going to try to win real hard. I think D-Holes will win the game, but I think it'll be a 1 or 2 point game.
Yeah, which won't make a difference in the standings.
No,
so.
but I think it'd be a good game to watch, which is
Right.
why I would have made it a pick'em game.
I think Harpies will handle
this-
Harpies by 7.
This was a 1-point game last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
15 to 14 or something like that.
But this is a different Harpies team. Last year's Harpies is a better team than this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there that much difference in the personnel?
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Luke is hurt.
Yeah, last year it was a 1-point game, and actually that game forced us to make our changes on defense.
Yeah.
And that's what allowed us to actually come back into the game. Because they were up on us, and we made 2 changes on defense after a couple of injuries and realigning the outfield, and then it wasn't a game anymore. So.
All right.
There's a wild Pete.
Inside
And Lady
inside
Bird
info
has
from
Wild
Alex.
covered.
Hey,
Pete has
MV Pete, step to the mic.
Pete from KTC.
I just wanted to support him and let him know that my call of this game is that my buddy Danny on D-Holes is going to show out. Just watch.
Danny's also in France.
He's probably... yeah.
Austin from the crowd out there. All right.
That's funny.
Everybody's picking B-holes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody should pick
yeah.
Lady Bird, but I'm not going to do it, but somebody should.
Sorry, Harpies.
Love them
I'll
ladybirds.
pick Ladybird just to
There you go.
light a fire under your ass, Alex.
Ladybird does have more to play for here, but the problem is D-holes can lose and just play lazy, and they'll still be the 2, so it doesn't.
Yeah, they're locked into 2.
Yeah, I'll also allow that.
That also means Ladybird has a lot more pressure on them, so they might be trying to take extra runs where they don't need them, and they're just going to get popped by experienced players.
Hobbs Park, 9 o'clock. Nick Lerner's Patrick Mahomes at, oh God, I always screw up your guys' full name.
Astrohead.
Vitalized by Kombucha.
Yeah.
2 of the longest frickin' names in KVKL.
It's Kickball Armageddon.
NickLerner.com, NicholasLerner.com, AskMcGrew.com. If you're buying or selling a house and you're not using Nick Lerner, who are you using? And why would you go out of the KVKL family, jerks? Call Nick.
Absolutely.
He is spectacular.
Now let's
God damn it, Cougar, we're 0-4. What the fuck, man?
Fired.
I'm sorry,
Fired.
boss. If we don't win this game, I'm going to pull the sponsorship from your fucking team.
God, such pressure.
Would you give him back the sponsorship?
pressure.
After the game, make them wear white T-shirts.
What did you say? What was that?
Cougar on the hot seat.
Yeah, do
I'm
the
fucked.
you get your names on the back of the jersey when you earn it. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Permanent marker. No, every year I gotta get the fucking shirts with the numbers and the name and the captain for Cougar on his heart and the assistant captain. He's really, that's.
I pay for that, you know.
Should have had some.
Half your advertising budget for the year.
All right, we've got somebody from Asteroid Head. Welcome, Colin.
Hey guys,
Talking to the mic.
it's great being here.
Welcome.
First time, long time.
Hey, Colin.
First time, long time.
Long-time
There you go.
listener, first-time caller.
Yeah.
First time floor micer.
Yeah, we haven't really lost to the homies for 6 years or more. They beat us 2 years in the first couple of years. We did lose to them last year on a technicality.
That's true.
But we did score 18 runs against 10.
That's true.
And this is us redeeming that loss.
I agree with you.
You're gonna get punched here, Cougar. I can feel it.
No. I mean, the Mahomies are one of our favorite teams to play, just like Ladybird Harpies. Any team that can challenge us and keep up near us most of the time, or has beaten us as often as we've beaten them, is a team that we like to play against.
Fun game.
Yeah.
Is Barr playing?
That's a good question. Barr, if he is there, I hope he's DJing. Is he playing? He's playing music. I don't know if he's playing kickball. But is he streaking? I don't know. That's not. I don't know.
Jason, don't streak. Please.
I don't know.
Jason, don't do it.
He's done it before.
I know. I don't like it.
Apparently, some people in the
Don't
league
sully
like
the Jason name.
asses, so-
We have a side
Do
streaker
not sully
prop
the
bet.
Jason name.
The
Okay,
Safe
stop it.
Bar Alliance.
Stop it. I know.
Safe Bar Alliance.
Very good.
Yeah, Bar, don't do it.
Does,
Don't do it, man.
I know you've got some athletes on your team who have been on the stage of athleticism before. I guess that's not the right words. Do you guys feel any pressure under the lights?
I feel like we thrive under the lights. We grow under the lights, and I'd like to see a few of our big legs kick it out to the scoreboard.
I don't.
But
I feel like you've got a few people who could if they wanted to.
Just pop it up to Cougar.
Yeah.
Don't plop it to me, please. Don't plop it to me.
I assume
No.
this season's been pretty bad. Wind's been against us. Weather's been against us.
Yeah.
That could happen here. We've always had wind into the home base, so
Yeah.
no matter which field we've been on this year.
Hops is almost always blown out, so we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Cougar,
Yeah, we'd like
you
to blow it out.
You have a rebuttal? Yeah, blow it out.
Nothing really there. I played and refed Asteroid Heads games, over the years. They're a good team, but most of them, they're wonderful people. They really are. I've known Clint, I've known Pat, all these years, even Barr and his shenanigans and so forth. No, they're great. They're really good.
It's a hard
It'll be
sell on
a
a new
fun game.
sponsorship.
It'll be a fun game. I know there's something to prove from that loss of technicality. They put up 18 runs on the homies. So it'll be good. I'm just hoping for a competitive game for my team because more than half of them are new, now under the lights, concerned. So just hope for the best, really.
Well, this is a pick'em game according to Cougar.
It
So,
is.
Seth, do you want to start the pick'ems off?
Yeah, I'm going to call Asteroid Head by 10 with one Pat Watkins home run. 1.5. Actually, over-under is 1.5.
I hope it's
Pat
just only
Watkins
one with Pats. Jeez.
How many Thrasher home runs?
Thrasher is scoring at least 3 in this game, probably 4. I'm going for the Mahomies, but I got a feeling it's the Heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take Asteroid Head and the over on one Cougar meltdown.
Yeah.
I think the real question is what inning does it come, before or after the 5th?
Oh, God. It'll be a pool.
So if Cougar's playing game of the week, who's going to come down from the stands and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game"?
I'll do it.
Ben called dibs. All right.
That's fine.
Ben?
Yeah. Love you, Nick. Love you, Cougar.
Just say it.
You guys when's Hopper come back?
He will be in Connecticut this Sunday, so he's out of town.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been a little lame. How about the week after that?
Hopefully, yes.
Okay.
It's still week by week.
All right. Well, let's. I'll say you guys have a good chance to sweep in rank play, but I don't see you winning this one.
No.
I want to pick the sponsor, but I have to pick Asteroid Head. So Nick Lerner is going to maybe be sponsoring Asteroid Head next year?
Oh, I like that. This should be a side bet.
Sponsorship code.
Winner of game of the week gets the sponsorship.
For the right.
Oh my gosh.
Nick Lerner just has a big
So
check.
kombucha,
Asteroid Head,
basically
Nick Lerner's
kombucha will be downgraded to go to the Mahomies. Sorry, kombucha.
I'm all for the big check.
Big check.
Yeah.
Big check.
There's
Oh
no
my
big
God.
check that we're paying Cougar
What is it,
again while
Matthew?
we're
Costco?
playing.
Cougar, I refed your game last week. I think, seriously, if you keep the meltdowns to a minimum and let your girls kick ass as much as they did last week, and if Honestly, if Jeff, I heard he sucks Hobber was back, I think you guys would have a good chance to win this game.
Cougar, I did not yell at the girls. It was more yelling at Jeff Moore.
Your third baseman and your catcher.
I was yelling at Moore. Yeah, he made some dumb plays. That was him.
Jason, I think it'll be good juju here if you eject somebody from the 7 o'clock D-Holes Ladybird game. Just to get your mojo, good juju if you eject someone from the 7 o'clock game, just to get your mojo working.
Who are there? I'll eject you. How's that?
Yeah. Put an asterisk on Hammond.
I hate to say this, but this was a pick'em game, and everyone picked Asteroid Head. So who picked this as a pick'em game? That's a terrible choice.
If
Cougar. All 5-6 people pick a pick'em game the same, it's not a pick'em game anymore, you guys.
I'll take the blame, I suppose.
All right.
By the way, no one asked me, by the way, who I want to pick.
There was a wonderful article written on the blog about the 6 most important games of the week, and this was certainly not one of them.
Okay.
So.
I saw no mention whatsoever.
I would very much like to hear what Cougar thinks about Cougar's kickball game.
Yeah. Like I said, Asteroid has a really good team, really good people.
It'll be fun.
Dana, we miss you and honor you. Homies by 1.
Oh, yeah, Cougar. Woo! There's a captain right there for you.
Do it, Cougar.
R.I.P. Dana. Yeah.
Do we have anybody in the audience who wants to ask Cougar a question? Come
Who
on
wants
up.
to ask me a question?
Marisa wants to ask
We
Cougar.
do live questions first.
It's probably X-rated or something bad.
I hope so.
Oh, God. Yes, Marisa.
It's actually, I have a question about the strike rule.
The strike rule?
Yes.
Okay.
So, for pitching and catching, it says a pitch that is not bouncing rolls across home plate is enrolled at a reasonable speed, as determined by the head ref, is considered a strike. Referees should use their discretions to make sure that every kicker gets the chance to kick a ball of their liking. But if a kicker is letting kickable balls go by, strikes should be called.
Can be called, yes.
It says should.
Yeah, it does say should.
Should. Right.
She's asking this because the ref on the person that ref for her team. Oh no, you go ahead. The person that ref for her team started calling strikes very early.
Love
apparently.
it. Set the
Thanks
tone.
for mansplaining that.
Wow.
If you're going to go for it, just stick with
Get
it.
the games moving.
Do it.
My favorite part of that rule is the over the plate, because nobody in this league wants the ball over the plate.
Right.
No.
Yeah, but it also, a lot of times, people don't take the first pitch because they're like, oh, I just never take the first pitch. And as a pitcher, I get a lot of people saying, oh, that was perfect, sorry, here you go, do it again. And so...
I call strikes then.
Yeah, but so it says first time pitch or reffing, head ref. And a lot of the team that's getting called strikes, it was Muddy Waters, and then there was Ladybird, I think it was that team.
Okay.
So they were like, why? I was reffing first base. They go, why is he calling strikes? There's no strikes in the league. I go, no, there are strikes.
There are strikes
and they're
in
like,
the league.
but he's calling it on the first pitch. And so I went over and talked to him like, oh, so it's like an unwritten rule that you don't do this. And he goes, well, I just took the ref test like multiple times, and I wanted to make sure I knew all the rules. And it says if a ball goes over the thing, you can call it at my discretion. So, and it didn't say any number of pitches. It just
So
said
what's
it's
the question?
That's
so
the
my
key
question
word
is,
is
sorry,
multiple
but my
times
question
on
is,
the ref
Cougar,
test.
how do you stand on that? What
How do you
is your
stand on
what's your
strikes and
discretion?
balls?
Yeah.
I never call strikes and balls. I really
Bullshit.
don't. No, I don't.
You are not allowed to home ref at my games because you call strikes and balls.
Oh my gosh! First of all, that's not true. Second, I have reffed your home plate.
100%.
I reffed your home plate before recently, and it's fine. Okay.
No, you have
Not in the last
Whatever,
3 years.
Whatever. I have not.
3 years
No,
at
whatever.
least. So this is a kicking league, and this is Cougar's question. It's Ask Cougar. But it's a kicking league, and we encourage all skill sets of kicking, and so we encourage all skill sets of pitching. But if you request a pitch and you don't get it,
Well said.
if you continue reading that rule, it says the pitcher may be removed in extreme circumstances. So, Cougar.
What? I've never done that.
I'm gonna jump in for Cougar here and say it's there to prevent
Did you call
delays and
strikes right
shit,
there?
but
No,
it
it's too early.
rarely gets bad enough where you have to call them, so you don't have to call them.
No, you shouldn't have to call strikes that early. That's ridiculous. Yeah. No, you don't
I've
do that.
never
no.
called a strike.
No.
7 years.
No, I've never removed
Never
a
run
pitcher.
into it.
I never actually called strike. No, seriously, I have not. No.
Callie, you got a question?
Go ahead.
Okay, Cougar.
Yeah, what's up, Cal?
Best of 7 series, KTC Muddy, who takes it?
Great question. Wow. Best of 7. KTC in 7.
KTC in 7.
Yes.
7.
I think with the additions of Jimmy and Nicole have really boosted this really good team already.
What if Muddy's the home team? What if Muddy has the home advantage, 4-7?
KTC by
Still KTC.
I'll say KTC in 7 games. If
We're
those
gonna-
two
we're
play
gonna
in
talk
a
about-
7-game series.
We're going to talk about Muddy and KTC for the rest of the season. I don't think we need to start getting into it just now. Plenty of time to talk about
Yeah, I
those
know,
two
but
teams.
that was your question.
Hey, Jason, Free
Yeah.
State and KTC in a 7-game series.
We play them well. We might take one. we might take a well, actually no. It'd be like a Mookie kind of J.R. Smith
Yeah, there's
situation.
plenty.
We'd be right there,
Let's
and then
do
he'd fuck it up.
any other live questions?
Yeah, we got some online ones. I really liked Maisie's, but I think maybe we're going to save that one.
Okay, we're doing online questions for Ask Cougar.
Yeah. What combination of skills, players, and/or strategies that you think are already present in the league could join forces in the future to truly challenge one of the top 2 teams?
I mean, it would just have been an all-star team, other people.
Could you make a team up of, say, teams ranked 5 through 36 and beat one of the top 4?
Yeah, definitely.
Could, sure.
This
It
league is
has
so
to be
deep
the
now.
best one.
Yeah.
It's got to be
There's so
elite
much
of the,
talent
between
spread
5 and
out
36.
Right.
I think easily,
Yeah,
with no
yeah.
practice.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about in the first game. You
Yeah.
got to let them gel a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely could.
I mean, I don't know what other teams like lower than 10 you would take, on there. I mean, very few of them.
KTC and Muddy Waters are really digging deep for bulletin board material.
Yeah. So I mean,
Right.
it could happen. It's the best players for 536. Yeah, sure.
I got one. We I think we have a newly minted 21-year-old in the audience. So what kind of advice would you have for somebody that just turned 21 for the first, I don't know, between 24 hours to 2 weeks of their 21-year-old life?
Don't get hurt. Don't have a baby. What? Get hurt.
Don't get hurt.
Don't get hurt.
21-year-olds don't get hurt.
Here.
They're made of rubber. They're
Yeah,
still
made of
baby
rubber.
It's real simple. Just wear clothes and don't get hurt. That's it.
Wear clothes.
Why
Don't
wear
listen to
clothes,
Cougar.
Cougar?
Wear clothes and wear clothes.
What if you got
Cougar is
get
no
your
fun.
tan on?
No. Get out of here. Again, Bar, don't streak and wear clothes when you go out there, okay?
Well, there's
Don't
a
get-
difference between streaking and wearing clothes.
Yeah.
You can wear pants.
like
That's
these.
acceptable, right? You don't need a shirt.
Okay, you're right. You don't need a shirt.
I'll do mine.
That's true. Like Kenny. You're right. You don't just wear pants. It's
Cougar,
fine.
what
I've never
would
seen
your
Kitty in
what would
a
your
shirt.
perfect day be like?
Perfect day would be
Describe
like?
your perfect day.
This is our perfect day. I don't know. Sleeping in and just watching any sports on TV. That's it. I'm a simple guy. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Perfect day.
Sleeping and doing nothing, basically.
Perfect day.
No mention of friends, family.
Perfect day.
Day.
Oh, perfect day. I thought it was perfect date.
No, day. D-A-Y.
Well, I mean, sleeping in would be a good way to start the perfect date.
He clearly said day. He did not say date. Oh, my gosh.
All right.
Just sleeping in and watch sport. That's it. I'm a simple guy.
Yeah.
Sleeping
So
in
the
and
as
watching porn. Okay. That's
Sports! Gosh damn it. No! Damn it. Damn it.
People hear what they want to hear, Cougar. So Rick,
Two
Rick
hours on,
posted
2
a
hours
question online that was actually a good question. How did you become the take me out to the ball game guy of kickball?
I don't know how that happened. I read that question as well. I think I just jumped in. Literally, it was like the first game of the week in 06 season.
So the
And-
next time Cougar's late to take me out to the ball game, someone else can steal your throne?
Sure, Kurt.
Yeah.
Why not? It doesn't have to be me. I'm like, okay,
I
I'll
think
do
that's
it.
an open
if someone
challenge.
has the gumption to sing, first of all, 99.9% of the KBKL players sing a lot better than I do.
Yeah, it's not about that. You bring that charisma though.
Yeah.
I don't think somebody
Is it
can
really
just step
charisma?
right off the bench.
It's about
yeah, man, you command the
showmanship,
crowd. Yeah.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
just got to come in. And
Yeah,
tell
no, it's because when he gets up there and yells at everybody to get up out of the stands, Jason Cougar Kwong ain't nothing to fuck with.
Find the next question asks, can we change the song to Old Town Road? Because
No.
I fucking hate
No,
Take Me Out
I
to the Ball
hate
Game.
that song. Get out.
It's the worst song
Your
ever.
song doesn't even have the right number of strikes for our sport. It's bullshit and racist, Cougar, and you hate racist. But Old Town Road is not racist, and you
It is
should
inclusive.
I'm actually racist against my own people. That's different.
like it.
That's different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is Take Me Out to the Ball Game officially sponsored by Nick Lerner then?
It could be.
No.
No.
I mean, maybe next year.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll be looking for something to sponsor after your
We
game.
need
of
a
the
new
week.
sign at home plate. We'll think about it.
Thank you guys for coming out to Cobb Valley Kickball Podcast. Review
nobody's
of week
listening
4,
anymore.
look into week 5. Next week's podcast will be a look into week 6. You guys are excited about that, but you're not talking about it
Rank
yet.
play.
I'm sure you will be soon. Thank you all for coming out and listening.
It's gonna
Thank
be hell
you
of
to
fun.
Nick Lerner for sponsoring our podcast tonight. If you're selling a house or buying a house, contact Nick Lerner
Thank you,
at
Nick.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick McNeely.
Thank you, Rick.
One more thing. Okay, here's our bet.
Oh, the bet.
How about
Oh, God.
how about 36 cans? Okay, that's 3 12-packs.
All right.
Be sure and include like a twisted tea or something for the girls. All right. A lot of people really like twisted tea. Of decent beer, no natty light. Okay, we'll be bringing our Heineken and our Newcastle or whatever you like.
Fair enough.
And for a sweetener, let's throw in say 12 of the little bitty Jameson bottles.
Okay, I like it.
Does that work for you? Works,
All right.
Works for me.
All right, so if I'll do that if you guys win. If you guys win, I want 12 of the little bitty Jameson bottles and all Natty Light.
I can do that. It will be painful, but I can do that.
All right.
All right. Okay, well then I'll bring you like 48 natty lights.
It's a deal. Virtual high five.
Okay, word up.
It happened here live. 926 and a half Mass Street in beautiful downtown Lawrence. Every Tuesday night during the kickball season, you'll have the podcast. I have been your stand-in host, Aaron Airbear Adams. Thank you so much for listening to me chatter at you for almost 2 hours. I tried to shorten it, but I think I failed. Seth Super Sport Sanchez.
Fuck, I wasn't ready. I'm gonna buy a house one day. I'm gonna do it with Nick Lerner.
We have Nick Tech Savvy Realtor Lerner.
Thanks for having me.
Boston Sean Meredith.
Hey, that's me. Be jealous. I have an award up here, so that means I have the second most at the table. You all can suck it.
Jason Cougar Wong.
I still have no trophy. Shit.
You'll earn one someday.
Someday.
Ben Hutnick.
Bringing the big guns.
Thank you all for listening. Hopefully we'll see you next week. And Tim, come back from that big hole in the desert. We miss you.
Woo! I am going to take us out with my suggestion for the new 7th inning stretch song.
Check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Head toss, check my nails, baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Woo, child, tired of the bullshit, gone dust your shoulders off.
Thank you, Kickball.
I am not
Sing,
singing.
just dance.
You're finding a new singer. You're getting a new singer. Who wants to be the next one? I'm not singing that song.
You know
Thank
you
you,
were
boss.
starting to touch the sky. I know that it's hard,
I
but you
know.
have to try. If you need
Who wants to sing this song? Seriously, this is terrible.
If he don't love you anymore, just walk your fine ass out the door. I do my hair toss, check my nails, baby, how you feeling?
Nick Lerner selling houses on podcast night.
That's hilarious.